Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon and I'm back today with another episode of Call of Cthulhu, Reign of Terror. And we're back with a full cast and crew today to play this very fun game. We've got Greg back with us in the DMC. Greg, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing well, buddy. I'm doing well. I'm glad that you are piloting the Millennium Falcon as I can pilot the death and destruction of these wonderful people that are surrounding me here. I can't wait to get back into it. Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and Twitters, but right now I'm a French revolutionary madman. Let's get going. Let's do something.
Let's do it. Well, let's go around our existing cast and crew from previous sessions you might remember. Let's get out of the way while we can. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm here to put the Reign of Terror in the Reign of Terror just by being here and shitting on everyone's parade. So yeah, I can't wait to do more of that.
Amazing. And who will you be playing tonight, my friend?
I mean, for at least a portion of it until Greg kills me, I will be playing Sergeant Renan. Impeccable French accent. I am the leader of the slowly dwindling ragtag crew of soldiers in the French Revolution.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit more rag than there is tag going around our group at the moment, for sure.
Yeah, and Chad, if you can figure out what that means, I don't know what it means either.
You'll wish you were a woman.
You'll wish you were a man.
Right.
For sure.
That's it.
Oh my god, amazing. We've also got Jules with us tonight. Jules, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad that I think, have two Juleses now with us, or two people who go by Jules. They can only be like exponential growth in Jules can only be good for this. I play Joseph / Martine, the best soldier that Sergeant Renault has, Michel's favorite babysitter, everybody's mom. And I'm super excited for probably dying tonight. That's going to be great. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Amazing. We also have the Mythomatic Man back for us today. How you doing, Myth?
I'm doing great. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm better for hearing that sweet dulcet voice.
There it is. Good. I'm glad. I'm super excited to play. I'm excited to probably die, as always. I'm playing Etienne Babin. He is a one-armed sapper from the military in France. He's full of Joey de Vivre. Let's get started.
The de Vivre will always be with him.
That's right. He's full of it. Brimming.
Brimming, overflowing. His cup overfloweth.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Overfloweth of the Joeth de Vivreth.
Incredible. And thank you to the $2 donation. We'll get to that here in a second, my man. And let's welcome the newest member of our cast. The Metamans are joining us tonight. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Well, yeah, I love the lair that you are streaming with us from today. Very fitting.
Thank you.
So talk to us about
I went excessive.
Yeah, no, I liked it. No, definitely works. Talk to us about your character tonight.
Well, I'm super excited to play something I've never ever played before. As you can see by the little picture portrait, I did my best to match. I hope I play the part well.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm very curious to see how this goes.
What the hell is that?
I just looked at the portrait. You're going to be so spooky.
Yeah, I have to.
This is so exciting.
I'm so
I
scared.
thought about going full blown face mask, but I don't have anything that quite matches. So this is what you get.
I like how none of us knew who you were playing until we look at the portrait.
Yeah, until we look at
And now we're just more confused about the whole thing.
Wow, this is
That's what I'm going to do the whole time. Whispering in your ear.
I feel like I'm in France.
Let me turn up my ASMR.
I'm there.
Let me turn up my ASMR. What did you have it set to before? Fucking 3, and now you're turning up to 11.
Super high. I want you guys inside my head as well.
Beautiful. Well,
It's great.
welcome, my friends. Oh, as for myself, I'll be playing Michel Beaumains, the young soldier, very enamored with Melody, who was with us last week. And Michel, he's just trying to do his best, but now I believe terrible things have happened to him because I was away being a good friend.
Oh, right.
You get punished. This is what happens when you're a good person.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're a good friend.
You get punished.
Like, I'm gonna take the night off just to help a friend, and Greg's like, fuck you. You turn it out.
Like you're like, oh, I'm
Cthulhu does not look poorly on that shit.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Like you have to You had to know that was coming.
Yeah, I mean, I do the same in his position. So, well, welcome all and all to Encounter Roleplay. Welcome to Reign of Terror. Before we get started with today, a couple of things to get through. First of all, shout out to our sponsors, dndice.co.uk. Go over to the website, use the coupon code Encounter Roleplay to get 5% off all of their beautiful dice over there. They help support the show, keep us running, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So, also, you can interact with today's show as well. The last game was fucking mad, and I can only imagine this one will be too as well. If you haven't followed the show yet, hit the follow button and join us. We hit 20 followers today. You guys get a viewer decision where you get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. Greg will ask you a question such as, what terrible thing happens to the party? Or, how fucked is Will? And you guys will answer. The most popular decision...
In that tone. That was really good.
Yeah,
It
was actually my impersonation.
It was perfect me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm a professional voice actor, if you haven't yet noticed. Also, all this time with Myth is just really rubbed off. Here is the tweet, 20 retweets, viewer decision, and of course, you can donate to affect the game as well. Give players nat 1s, nat 20s, violent magic surges on the D10,000 table of madness. Speaking of some donations, which we'll get through here, Treepelt has given Myth an advantage. Thank you, my friend. Latu donates £16 to give Metamancer a welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Here's your complimentary 2 wild magic surges and 2 natural ones. So that's real nice, Latu. It's real nice. Welcome people into the community. Incredible. So we'll get rolling those in here in a second, but I'm going to hand over to Greg first of all to talk through a little bit about what happened last game in the recap. So Greg, talk us through it. What happened last week?
Alrighty, well, what happened last week was a bunch of preparation, a bunch of planning, but it all started with what happened to Michel. As the crew was in Paris looking to find Dr. Rigault and perhaps some information that he would have to help them with their upcoming conflict, raid, assault of Comte Fenelic's estate, they lost Michel. They did, however, gain one Melody Benoit, and with Melody came the invitations necessary to get inside the Comte's estate during one of his infamous parties. While they were also in Paris, they met with Dr. Rigault, who appears from the investigators that looked at him to be near death. He did give them a small bundle that he believed contained dried ingredients that would cause the Comte distress. He witnessed it once at a dinner party. Beyond that, he was able to give them some brief information on ways that they might be able to hurt him. But the number one fact that they gave him, or the command or the suggestion, was that if they found any books, any papers, any scrolls, anything that looked like it contained some type of Arabic or some type of foreign materials, occult in nature perhaps, these would need to be delivered to Dr. Rigault, because he feels that even with a symbolic victory over the Comte, the only way to gain true victory is for him to be able to research these materials, find out the source of the Comte's power, and take him out for good. So with that, armed with that knowledge, the crew decided that they were going to go in full force as they gussied themselves up in various states of dress and entered the estate. Melody, Martine, Terry Renault, and Etienne Babin. And as they went in, they realized that the Comte, who is a fan of theme parties, was having everyone dress up in the skulls, heads, and hides of various animals. Etienne Babin became a dog, Martine became a sheep, and one Sergeant Terry Renault became a zebra, as chance would have it. And as they went inside, they realized that the entirety of the party, also dressed in similar skins, hides, and heads, acted the parts that they were given. Pigs acted like pigs, dogs acted like dogs. There was fornication and eating of troughs and drinking of wine from said troughs. There were some tasty croissants that Etienne Babin certainly enjoyed. It was, however, the quick thinking of Melody Benoit as she found that the skinless Pope who they had met before was now, instead of presenting his fisherman's ring, was holding a shepherd's crook. She realized that the crook itself controlled anyone wearing one of these skulls, heads, or hides. And after much...
This was Melody's idea.
Yeah. Right. It actually came from a sourceless Etienne Babin who has floated around. Some of his true Joey de Vivre came through, and everything was able to be commanded by this shepherd's crook, including the skinless Pope, after he was presented again by some sourceless entity that provided knowledge from afar. They dropped a head on its head, and it was able to be commanded by Melody. However, at the end of this, it was determined that once again, they would have to go into the cellar of Comte Fenelek. Down in the cellar, they encountered a different scene. Instead of the chair that they found Murray Mantoinette in, instead of the torture devices and implementations of said torture, they saw 2 coffins, and on the coffins were arrayed books and scrolls and papers. And behind that, up against the wall, was a living tableau. Body parts, 3/4 of a human, a couple full humans that were attached in some way against the far wall. It took both of the men, Etienne Babin and Terry Renault, a moment to determine exactly what was being spelled out for them. And it was a name, Michel. And we cut at the very end of the episode up into the entranceway of the Grand Estate where the Skinless Pope had previously held court. And it was there that Melody and Martine were presented and coddled, touched, and hugged, basically, by the brand new Michel 2.0. With high cheekbones, swept back hair, and needle-sharp teeth.
Just as we always remember.
Just like we always knew him.
Right. We always knew he was capable of such wonders. And
right.
He bought some, basically what you're telling me is he bought highlighter.
Right, and he's wearing his full guillotine body spray.
I've got a new...
It's like that one time that Cindy dyed Will's hair. Same exact transformation.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's like I got a glow palette now and I'm just on fleek. I'm just, beautiful.
Right.
I got the Wild Magic Surgeon in for Metamancer here to run through real quick. Moonlight in this area is blood red.
Fucking Christ.
Fucking terrifying.
Perfect.
And
Sure.
the ghoul can't speak for 1 hour if he is wearing clothes. I don't know...
Well, there we go.
What amount of clothing a ghoul wears?
Greg? I don't think I'm wearing clothing.
Meta, welcome to the game.
Perfect.
So,
Then you're fine.
so sorry, Twitch TOS prevents me from cosplaying this, but
We were like, hey, Metamancer, how would you like to come play a naked ghoul on a kind of role? Great.
Naked ghoul dude. We need
And
you
she's here.
at 100%. You at 100% cosplay.
We're all method,
Everybody
so
else,
we need
though.
to be method also.
Right.
I joined the army just to play this role.
I became French. I got French citizenship.
I cut off my arm for this role.
I live very, very close to Quebec.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Amazing. All right.
Truly
good.
the most horrible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Terror.
I can see it from my house.
It's coming. All right, so as we settle back in, is there anything else we have, any other wild magic surges or
We're all
terrible
good.
shit to go through?
We can go.
We're all good. All right. So as we go in, we are going to actually leave the front entryway of the estate, and we are going to go back into the cellar. As we have Etienne Babin and Sergeant Terry Renault, as they are faced with this tableau spelling out the name Michel. And I'd like you both to roll spot hiddens for me, please.
Perfect. Here is my reign of terror. Again.
Okay, so it was pretty close for Sergeant Terry Renault, but it is Etienne Babin who, upon inspection of the words spelled out with the bodies and body parts, that right around the H, or right around the C, it's hard to tell, he sees there Michel as he is fastened to the wall.
Michel is fastened.
Yes, he is part of the tableau, spelling out his own name.
Oh. I immediately pointed out to Sergeant Renault.
Yes,
See that there? It's fastened.
yes, and just any number of corpses. What are you speaking of?
You see here.
Yes, the tiny dog.
Small dog.
Unshin.
The dog you guys gave me came along for the ride as well.
Kill that dog.
That was the dog from the first episode, I believe.
Exactly.
My immersion. The callback to episode 1.
Yeah.
Right. And
Now you're
welcome.
fully immersed. It's the
Yes,
opposite of
and chat.
what is that? Is it
You
Michel?
don't see it.
And he's gonna move closer to it and start to like gross. Move corpulent parts away from.
Yeah, you're able to get closer up to the wall. Everything's fastened to the 7-8 foot cellar wall against the stone down here. The stone down here, in an array of it looks like there's like a wood grating. There's also ropes that seem to kind of crisscross in a mesh pattern to help kind of hang things in place.
Yeah.
And as you get close to Michel, Will, I'd like you to roll a d20 for me, please.
I also have 2 wild magic surges to roll from from history, so I'll get through those first.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Brilliant. I go away for 3 hours. 9. Oh, that's high. 9, 6, 1, 3. Alrighty. Someone nearby can't move his arms in daylight. Nice. I don't move my arms. And then I can read, but not speak or write an additional 1d6 languages. Hey, that's pretty cool. I see. So I can read, but I can't write or speak another 4 languages. I take English as a way of my character speaking English.
And you know what? We'll hold those back a little bit, Will.
Oh, you wanted
roll
a
that-
d20?
Yeah.
It's not coming. 19.
Okay, so you've lost 19 sanity since
Fuck.
the last time the crew had.
Why did you?
That will teach you to be a nice person and a good friend.
Damn it! I was the best friend. I am fucked.
Okay, so this is.
I mean, I am fucked.
Will, I've never heard your voice
I
hit that
am-
low.
I am fucked.
I'm fucked.
I'm fucked. Oh boy, I'm so.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Okay, so with the 19-point sanity loss, the permanent insanity that you have, though unable to work it in because of your current predicament, is your skin feels alive, but not in the normal sense. It feels as if it needs to be scratched constantly, as if you are keeping it at bay, as if you are petting it, as if you are, with each scratch, keeps it from revolting.
My skin is alive with the sound of horrible insects. Ah! Okay.
If we get him out of this, we're gonna have to get him those little cones for his hands.
Right,
my
those
God.
gloves.
Those like dog, the cones of shame.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
Shame for
anti-scratching gloves? They're boards with gloves on the top of them, so you can't. They're awful.
Yes, those are highly preferable at this point. I would love to see that.
Doctor's orders, man. I got these loose scratch bullets.
I don't know what's happening.
High five.
Okay, so even with that severing, that 19-point sanity loss, that almost meth addict need to scratch your skin, to just dig into different points of your arms and your legs and your face and your chest, you do awaken and you realize at this point that you are fastened to a wall of body parts. We're going to keep that sanity as part of the loss that you've already had. And you do, however, see Sergeant Terry Renault and Etienne Babin approaching.
So like scratching all of my skin, like I'm fucking like going at it, like,
Is this still sunken cheekbone, Michel?
You can,
Yes,
you,
Not hot,
you,
Michelle.
you can only tell via cheekbones.
Yeah.
They droop.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
droop. Mine are pretty droopy. Got saggy cheekbones.
As soon as he starts to move, Renault takes a half step back, expecting him to have been dead and pinned to a wall. And the fact that he is alive, covered in corpses, is somehow worse than being dead and covered in corpses. So he kind of hesitates and steps back. Michel, are you alive? What has been done to you?
Yes, I'm alive. It itches, Sergeant. My arms.
What? You were in the library. What happened to you? You have been missing for at least a day.
He found me. He found me.
Who found you?
Him.
Clearly.
What has he done to you?
Still not sure he should cut him down or not.
Terrible things, Sergeant. Terrible things. You must get me out of here. Let's get me out of here.
With great hesitation, Renault pulls that sacrificial ceremonial dagger out and begins. You said it was like netting, right? Holding him up there, Greg?
Well, it's netting holding the entire tableau up
Good.
at various, hold points and points of weakness. But when you get closer, you realize that maybe the cause of some of this itch that Michel continues to complain about is the fact that he is, it's the fact that he is sewn into the body parts that are around him. Arms and legs seem to be sewn together to create the actual letters that spell out his own name.
The flesh tapestry.
So,
Okay.
Just a flesh tapestry.
so when you
Just
it's done rather well. It's
You,
it's
Perfect.
excellent needlework.
you do have the tapestries.
Yeah.
Cut me down, Captain.
I don't have any way to unsew him.
I probably start to already go to cut him down and then don't realize what's happening. And then I
Did
realize.
you not bring your seam ripper with you? Come on.
No, I didn't. I didn't bring, and I know for a fact
And
that
you
Etienne
say
he didn't bring his seamstress hand. So
I have a seams ripper inside my hollow hand here. Hold on.
no, you brought your gun hand today.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah, I
I
guess
can shoot him down.
kind of seeing that Etienne has gone to start removing some of the netting. He follows through and is pushing and holding Michel up as he begins to cut around him, kind of like slowly letting the people parts fall around him and letting Etienne down last. So he
Nice.
does as little damage as possible.
Yeah, Michelle's gonna fall down.
Michel down.
Michel's down. Very weakly and just kind of falls into the sergeant. Also, the soldier donates £3 to give a critical success to Meta. Welcome to the Insanity Shares. Thank you very much. Awesome.
Also, when
Yes.
Michel gets cut down, because you guys were just cutting away the netting just to get him down together, as he comes down, he is still sewn to a right arm off of his left arm, and what looks like a skull right around his left calf. But you got him down.
That's Sergeant. And I get really close to him, like close where you think I'm gonna normally you think way up in your personal space, like I'm gonna kiss you, but just grabs your face and gets all up and is like, Sergeant, and you can smell the rotting flesh on Michel's breath right now. He looked into my mind, Sergeant. He knows everything that I know. He saw everything.
Then it is already too late.
He knows.
Everything has gone exactly how we planned it.
And Renault kind of looks down at the sewn body parts to him.
He says, I apologize, boy, but this is the only way.
And he takes the only cutting instrument he has, which is that dagger, and begins to, as cleanly and nicely as possible, pop every stitch with this large dagger on first the skull on his calf. And then once that is free, he goes to pop all the stitches on the right arm on his left arm.
I've kind of got.
Normally, I would have you roll a dex roll for this, but I think luck's more in line. So
Sure.
luck roll.
I became ambidextrous, Sergeant. There it is, baby.
Okay, with a hiss as as the blade hits each of the points of the seam that is sewn together, each exposed thread, there is a bit of a sound as it comes off, like a as if air is being drawn from somewhere into something. And when you finally cut through and sever the head from the left calf, you hear a sigh that sounds like a relief, as if the skull itself is relieved of its existence, of its connection. And you just hear the
That's better, Captain. I think I can walk. Where are we? Where are we?
We're in his manse, in the basement.
Oh. What are we doing here? What are you doing here? You came to save me.
We came to save you and to finish the plan. Take down the Comte.
Is he here? Is he still here?
We
Somewhere.
brought your Melody. She believes she saw him as a panzer.
Oh. She's
Like a cat,
here.
not a tank.
I
Or
remember
a young
Melody.
boy's joke.
Yes.
Yes, Melody. She's not the one for you, my boy.
I don't think that after what I've seen, Sergeant.
Wait, why not, Sergeant?
It's not the kind of woman you bring home to your mother. It's the
Why
kind
not?
of it's the kind of woman you bring home at the end.
But she's full of joy to be, right?
She's full
But
of a lot of joys.
But I think, okay, I think they'd be great together. I'm gonna guess this. You do you.
Like Michel has literally just been cut down from a flesh tapestry, like limbs killed off his arms. He's like, maybe I'll date her later. I don't think I can really handle this right now.
It just turned into a 1980s teen coming of age flick. No, about the girl that you liked.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Jimmy, now that you're out of the well, let's discuss Mary Sue.
She is upstairs.
Where are the others, Sergeant? Where are the others?
They are with her.
In the
Joseph.
menagerie upstairs.
Yeah, in the menage a trois. Really.
Le ménage à trois, oui.
And that sounds like the perfect time to flash back up to
Ménage à toilette.
right, back up to the entryway as
Menage a fromage.
yes, as
Ménage à
Michel
omelette.
2.0 is looking at both Melody and Martine, and as they are there, the next few moments proceed as follows. To give everybody kind of a positioning, Christoph is out with the main group with Captain Milan and the 175 troops that he has stationed around the estate, waiting for the signal, the flashing of a mirror and lights from one of the windows that would indicate time to strike. But inside, we do have Melody, we do have Martine, and we do have this new version of Michel. But at this moment, Michel grabs Melody and throws her across the room. As she strikes the wall, she slides down, unconscious or dead, we do not know, as the shepherd's crook that she was holding clatters to the ground. And Michel turns and looks at you, Martine. Well, it is good to see you.
Michel, that was not very polite. I know she was, well, basically a stalker, but not necessary. You could let her down easier. You could really just tell her father, obviously, everything she has been doing while he is away. Also, did you go to the dentist and Sephora? Since we saw you last, you were supposed to be in the library.
Sephora.
Oh, my dear. Roll a power check for me.
God damn it.
It was a good try.
I've
But
been watching Nikki tutorials on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I have the power of Sephora.
okay, so as you claim the power of Sephora.
I have better highlighter than
Hashtag
you.
sponsored.
Right. As you are able to lock eyes with this Michel, you see the facade of your friend, your sometimes friendly antagonist, peel away, and before you stands Comte Fenelick. Oh, my dear.
Well, I
You
will not
truly
lie.
are special.
This is a bit of a disappointment because I was babysitting him and I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
What's of the boy?
Yes.
Of this Michel? Oh,
You
he's
know-
fine.
He's fine. Fine. You know, Comte, I'm beginning to think that your definition of fine and my definition of fine are very different.
Oh, why should the wolf define its ways to the sheep? You, my dear, are a wolf. Yet you, and he reaches up and brushes away the stray fur of the sheep that you had been wearing.
Thank you, Scrap. Welcome in, my man.
Are
Appreciate it.
spectacular, surrounded by these fools.
You know, the Babin is not so bad. He's got like 76 hands, and one of them's a gun.
Wonderful. But I believe it is now time for you to take your place. Don't you think?
That's a little vague. Can you go into more detail, please?
To become a wolf. To become like me.
I have never really imagined myself shitting in the woods, so no, I'm not so sure about the wolf part.
I need you to make either a dodge. You need to make a hard or an extreme dodge here as his hand shoots out at your throat.
I am,
great.
I am hearing woof, which suited very well with the dog noise that we heard earlier. It's all linking back in for me.
Where's dodge? Oh,
Seeing
the odds are not in my favor.
Le wolf.
Oh, that's a fail.
So as you're waxing comedic, a finely manicured hand slaps around your throat as he begins to lift you into the air. I need you to make a constitution check for me, please.
Oh, man.
You get an advantage from Forbrand here. Use it swiftly.
Thank you. So I just get to roll twice, right? Nope. Even with advantage.
You can spend 6 luck on the better of the 2 rolls if you want to make it a success.
I don't super want to like die without a fight, or become a wolf without a fight, or a vampire without a... God, fuck yeah. No, yeah, why not? Why not?
The question really is, how much do you like flesh tapestries, Jules?
I don't like flesh tapestry, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's spend the 6 luck. Don't want to be a flesh tapestry.
Okay, so
Can she talk with his hand around her neck?
Yeah, what you're able to do is, even though you weren't able to get away from him, you're able to get a hand up between his hand and your neck, and with just, crumpling up your fingers just a bit, even though his strength is unreal, you're able to get enough air going through your throat that you're not currently choking. And yes, you can croak out something if you want to.
Jesus Christ, I just want an elevator pitch and not a metaphor. That's not so much to ask. My God, you're like 1,000 years old. It comes time to think about these things.
Okay, he spins you and slams you up against the wall, which rocks the front door open just a bit. It doesn't cause any damage because he doesn't want to damage you, but your fingers do slip a bit and you feel your windpipe begin to constrict as he increases the squeeze, and he allows you to mumble or mutter or kick or do whatever you would like. Meta, you are outside in the bushes just off of the porch proper. You are surrounded by the footmen and the valet that the Comte has hired as his muscle to survey the grounds. They are unaware of your presence. And with the pounding of Martine against the wall, the door creaks open a bit, and you see one of the soldiers, despite being dressed very differently than the time that you saw them in the catacombs. You know exactly who this is, and you see exactly how poorly she is faring.
Very poorly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stealth up to the door before making my move inside.
Go right ahead and roll it for me.
Okay. Fudge.
Damn it.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn it.
So you spring up over the banister onto the porch proper of this estate, and you're able to close to just about the entrance of the door before a "Hey!" comes off from down at the side, and you see that all of these men have these necks, these scarves pulled up just to below their nose. And one of them pulls it down, revealing the shredded and skinned flesh of these soldiers of the Comte. And he reaches down and you see him brandish a blade that has glowing blue sigils all up along the length of the steel as everyone does the same. And you see 4 men turn to you, all of them brandishing these weapons.
Okay. I'm going to ignore them and go full charge at the Comte.
Okay. I would like you, since you're able to get up here and the Comte is diverted, I would like you to roll an attack, whatever you would like to do. If you just want to hit him, roll strength. If you would like to do something else, you have an open shot at the Comte right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna basically I'm trying to use my strength to push him out of the way, to get on top of him, I guess, at this point, so. Yeah.
Okay, so Martine, as you are sitting there up against the wall, struggling to try to get out of this death lock that he has you in, you see this fleshy, very nude form come flying in and absolutely just tackle, just bear blast the Comte off to the side. He drops you to the ground as a tumble of this beast that has entered into the Comte's estate, and the Comte, resplendent in his finery, go down into a huge pile. At this point, I want to flash back down into the cellar, and I'd like to know what Michel 1.0 and Etienne Babin and the sergeant are doing.
Need to get out of here as soon as we can, Sergeant. This is not a good place to be. We have to leave.
Michel, we cannot. The men are already in place. It is happening whether the Comte knows it or not.
All right.
We have a mission to do. We will see it through. Get a hold of yourself.
We stay down here, though. Are we only... This is bad. We were here before. This was only trap. This is where he is, where he reigns. This is lair. Down here.
Yes, but... Yes.
And he kind of looks around. Greg, is there a table down here underneath this grate with covered in books and stuff?
There are 2 tables that from above Martine described as oddly shaped tables, but down here it's more evident that they are both coffins.
Okay.
But yes, they are used as tables in the respect that they are covered with books, scrolls, letters, all kinds of things.
Flesh
And in
tables.
fact, when you turn and look at the tables, you notice that one of the books, the one that you had noticed last time in the narrative with the black binding and the brass fittings, is open, and there is a blue symbol floating above it, almost spinning in a 3-dimensional helix. And at this point, I'd like everybody, including the people upstairs, including our new ghoul friend, to take a constitution.
It's not a ghoul friend. It's a friend who happens to be a ghoul.
Right.
I like
should have.
ghoul friends.
We don't want people to think anything different.
Listen, Sergeant Renault is married.
I
He's
failed
kissed
so
at least
much.
twice. He can't have a sister.
Martine's married too, and apparently she's getting married for a second time to this fucker. So ghoul friend's fine.
What am I the only one to fail?
Because you've been so body
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, I mean, you've been tortured. It's
Are we rolling? Are we
understandable.
Yeah,
I'm
cog roll.
mostly not my own body anymore.
Clap.
It's okay. He's also been betrayed by his own body, so.
Good.
Okay, so downstairs in the cellar, the same symbol that you're seeing, this unearthly purple that seems to be floating above the book, immediately becomes your whole existence as you are swept and transported, and you all come to after a moment in the entryway. Collapsed on the ground are both Etienne and Michel. Everyone else is standing there reeling a bit. Martine, you still feel the Comte's hands around your throat. Guillaume, you feel the Comte beneath you as you are going for a strike. You can still feel the cold temperature of the flesh that was beneath your fingers, as all of a sudden you are standing in utter quiet in the middle of the Comte's entryway. The doors are closed.
And that's everyone?
Everybody.
Shit.
What?
What is this?
Why is
Is
that?
this?
Why is that person naked?
I believe that is the least of our concerns. Is this real? Is this like the time with the man on the watch?
Is the comp still there?
The comp is not there. And when you all get a better glimpse at the naked person with you, you realize quickly that while humanoid, human is no longer a definition that applies to this creature. I'd like you all to roll sanity checks. Of course, not Guillaume.
I'm gonna drop a nat 20 on this one. I can't afford to.
Can I do that? Ooh.
Yeah, you can. You've got one. Everyone has
So
at least
Greg-
one.
One, two.
Mine's got
Greg,
like
before
4.
I spend 3 luck to make that a success.
And luck on sanity.
Oh, you can't spend luck on those. Okay, so then before I spend a nat 20, I have an important question for you. How much does this thing look like the thing that killed Etienne?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, other than being naked, it looks, it's broader. It has, more of a V shape to it. If you were to take like a bear crossed with a wolf and stand it upright, it's just more heft to it. The other creatures you saw were very thin, almost to the point of being malnourished.
Were they like the naked mole rat things? Naked mole rat people in the catacombs? Is that what destroyed us?
Yes.
Yeah, the children of.
So we had like the weird, the
Sons of Paris.
The Sons of Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
okay. Cool. Yeah, I will. Fuck it. I'll take the loss.
Okay.
I will take. I'm gonna do my.
That's 20?
20 as well. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, Sergeant, you lose 2, but it would have been more had you not realized that the flash of this creature, you were able to drag it from your mind as something that you had met before many days ago in the catacombs. And at that time, it had not done anything to... You were quieted after the initial combat that you had with one of these creatures as it melted away. And you were satisfied that having seen it before, seeing one of these doesn't necessarily mean that it's evil, but it's still too, just to see it here, combined with the stress of the day, perhaps. But you are all staring at one another.
Does this look like the same one? Not to be racist against the Sons of France or anything, but
well, you saw the one that attacked you very well, but it melted away.
But we spoke to one too.
You spoke to one, yes, but it was in the shadows quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Renault would still brandish the knife at it. That seems to be the most effective weapon against weird shit. So he brandishes the knife with this strange archaic symbol on it. He says, "What is this?
Stop.
Is it another illusion with the pocket watch?"
No, that thing saved my life. Or
Saved your lives.
I don't know what it is, but it attacked the comp, so it's not our enemy.
Wait, am I wearing...
Allow you.
Bonjour again. The knife is not necessary.
What are you?
We have met before.
In the catacombs?
Yes.
You're the one we spoke to? Or one like the one I killed?
No, I assisted in keeping them away from the workers. Do you remember?
Are there more of you coming?
I am afraid not.
He like lowers the blade.
Why are you here? What has brought you this far?
I have come with you the whole time, watching, to help.
Don't know if I like the idea of a big naked man
French golem
following us. And... Am I wearing clothes, Greg?
No, you're completely naked, Michel.
I retract my former comment of naked.
You retract it.
Why are we naked?
So good.
Okay, well, you don't want to eat us or hurt us or anything?
Michel has some manners. I told you this person saves my life. The comte was going to kill me, or worse, marry me. And now that's not happening, so manners.
Going to get married? Why? That's a terrible idea.
It's a very bad idea, especially because I already am. But go on, what's your name?
Guillaume. Oh, how do I pronounce it again? I just totally forgot.
Guillaume.
Guillaume.
It's like William, right? Great name.
Yeah.
It's like the French for Gollum.
Yeah.
French for Gollum.
There it is.
Guillaume.
That's what I said.
Just call myself Gollum now.
Fucking Christ.
Uh-oh. I'm not doing the Gollum. I'm not doing it.
Big Willy. Oh my god.
Wait. You said that he fought Count Frederick. He saved you. The Count is here. Where is he?
I don't know. I don't know how you all got up here either, but the Comte disguised himself as Michel. As a prettier Michel. As an extremely prettier Michel.
I'd like to see that.
Most of us would. So it was I believe Melody, I think he killed her, and he disappeared after Guillaume tackled him, and I would be dead. So I believe we owe Guillaume a debt of thanks.
A debt that will be paid later. You said he disappeared. Did he disappear, like, literally, or did you lose sight of him?
Like the time that he like magicked himself in there to almost kill you. Same thing, but in reverse.
He became smoke the last time.
He has great powers. He saw and saw my mind.
He might have said he wanted me to be a wolf, but probably a metaphor for things like being or whatever he is.
I was a hound.
That was a what?
I was a
hound.
He was a one-handed hound.
You was the hound.
It was a paw, Greg.
I was a flesh
One
tapestry.
That was disgusting.
I was a flesh tapestry.
And you wish you were a man.
By the time he was finished with me, I wished I was a man.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay,
And
I see
now
where this
no
is
one
going.
should be-
Everybody roll a listen check for me, please.
Perfect.
God.
Well, where are we? Location?
In the main foyer.
Foyer.
The foie gras, eh?
The main foie gras.
The main foie gras.
Nailed it.
Will, could you fucking pass a roll tonight?
Jesus Christ, man! I was a flesh
He's literally
tapestry. I'm
Just
role
been
playing.
sewed to a wall.
I
It's on my
died.
level.
I got eaten to death, okay?
Okay, so even the hard of hearing Etienne Babin passes, but the former flesh tapestry Michel is incapable of putting this together, probably because too narratively he wasn't up here during the party, so he doesn't notice the party's absence as you all are sitting there, and you no longer hear the revelry, you no longer hear the crashing and the eating and the sounds of fornication that are coming from the room off to the left, which you guys had identified before as the grand dining room. That is also the room where Michel and Martine shared a blood-filled kiss during the last of the Comps parties.
Man,
The
you really
doors-
like to remind us of that.
That's what I'm here for. The doors are still closed. Renault had closed them in the previous episode, but there isn't any sound coming from anywhere in the estate.
Wait. Where is Melody?
I told you. Wait, she's gone too.
Oh, you said she was here.
She was.
We must
She
find
was-
her.
He threw her against the wall, Michel. I think this is not the girl for you. Number one. Number
I'm
two.
confused on that. Some say one.
Don't listen to her.
Say the other.
You follow your heart.
At the end. No.
But if she fell into a wall, I was a wall for a while, so
So
There you go.
so,
See?
common interests.
Well, actually, Sergeant, they may be made for one another if we think about it, because the intelligence level is about the same. No, he picked her up and threw her into a wall, and
Screw her.
yes, you know, like you
Oh.
throw things and they go places, and she went to the wall.
Did she first go to the window?
No, we didn't really have time.
I'm not even sorry, Greg.
Not even an apology. Also, Greg, at this point, you can. I mean, I think this might be a fitting moment, by the way. Greg, Latu donates £15. Last donation of the month for sure this time. The DM can pick a player. That player gets free wild magic surges. Who do you want to punish, Greg? I mean, just saying.
Oh, Latu, you make me. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
Who's your favorite?
Right. I'm gonna now pick my favorite person. Will, we're gonna take you out of this because you might not be able to survive.
What's your favorite?
I got 29 sanity. I started off like 5 weeks ago at 70.
Right. I would like everybody else besides Will to roll a D100 and let me know who gets the highest score, and you can guess what you get for that prize.
Yeah, hashtag host immunity.
Yes.
Not the highest score.
I was gonna say if I was the one that we'd need to have a production meeting after the stream if I was gonna.
I sacrificed myself. It's cool. No,
Okay.
I actually got the highest one, so there you go.
Alrighty, so Guillaume gets to roll us 3 wild
I'm not
magic.
worried. It's okay.
Not worried at all.
I'm a ghoul.
It's so awesome. Magic surges are great.
All right, so
I'll make it work.
yeah, hashtag make it work, designers. Okay, sometimes I just go into Tim Gunn.
It's good. It's good that you bought highlighter this episode.
I've lived with Sid for 2 years. Don't judge me.
Tim Gunn's a magical man. Do not insult him.
Beacon bright light shines from the soles of your feet.
Well, good. You can't wear clothes.
I mean,
That's good. Okay. Your next summoning yields a mockery of the intended effect. Could be interesting.
Weird.
And in 1952, oh man, your clothing inflates to the size of a house.
I don't have clothing.
Maybe that's why you don't wear it anymore. It really doesn't fit.
Yeah, wild magic.
You used to wear the mansion.
Suddenly the mansion is like covered, has like a shirt and pants, and everyone outside's very confused.
See, guys, I told you it'd work out. No problem.
It's fine. That actually happened in 1952. That's the weird part.
Yeah. It's canon.
Oh.
Big government cover up.
Very strange here.
We're a very historically accurate stream.
Area 38 long. Okay, so anyway, when you all are in there, you do not hear a thing as light begins to pour from the bottom of Guillaume's feet. It's really just sort of like whenever you take a flashlight and put it down on a table, you see the ring of light around the feet. It's only whenever he moves that you actually see the illumination coming from it. But the illumination in and of itself is more subtle, more like a full moon. But the light, the color being cast from it is blood red, as this blood red light kind of creeps along the floor and the floorboards of the Comps estate.
That's not good, is it? That can't be good. Should we go find Melody, or do we resign her to her fate? Do we need to find the Comte, or do we leave this place?
Well,
Is it like a poem?
unfortunately, all the parts of our plan have fallen through. And she's gonna go open the doors and prove that there are no people now for the massive army outside to arrest.
Yes, go on.
Sergeant, did we not, is it preferred to have the Comte alive? Or is...
I think at this point, anything will do. If we can kill him, I don't think anything we have will do the trick.
Very well. And I lock and load my fake hand.
The doctor,
As the
you were
fingers slide
there.
back.
The fingers slide back. It's like when you're a
You were
kid.
there, Etienne. The doctor, he said that
Like you look like
if we had any hope of killing him or undoing whatever madness he has done, we must find those books. I think that the ones downstairs were the ones that we need.
I was in the library when he took me. He had been looking into the books about the war, about Constantinople, 14th century. I remember that.
Yes, Joseph said that he had been checking out books there recently.
He was sitting on my left side. You know that's my my deaf side. I couldn't hear a thing he was saying that entire time.
Oh, damn it.
I took the bag of ingredients because I thought that was the most interesting, but everything he said beyond that was just like underwater.
Yes, did you give the ingredients to your friend Joey DeVivre? He was to make us a lasagna. Perhaps.
I should have.
Just like Mama
But no, I
used
have
to
it right
make.
here.
Just like Mama DeVivre.
Mama DeVivre used to make.
Should we perhaps... Joseph, you said that everyone is gone.
At this
Say that
point,
for yourself.
Joseph gets to the door and opens it, but it does not budge.
I
Does
must go check for those books. If something is missing here, if all the people are gone, then if we are trapped here, we need those books.
Then we all go together this time.
Let's go.
This
There's
way.
no dilly-dally anymore. You come with us? And I kind of point with
Guillaume.
broken fake hand towards...
Guillaume, do you fight with us?
Yes, I will go with you.
He starts to take off his jacket. Do you want this jacket? You are quite naked.
What?
No.
Can I have it? I'm also quite
Sergeant jacket.
Fine.
I believe your companion needs that more than me.
In fact, I forget sometimes because she is both a lady and a man. Tie it around your waist. It is in fact a lady present.
What?
Sergeant, I'm a married woman. It's nothing I haven't seen, and it's not that impressive.
I don't get the jacket.
No, you get the jacket. Wear it around your waist.
Wear it like a skirt
Oh,
or an apron, preferably.
Or like a kilt.
Like a manly kilt.
Mandy kilt. Okay.
Michel still does have a arm hanging off of his right arm.
I took that off too. I took them both off.
You made one luck roll, and then there was the
Oh,
flash.
okay. I said both of them. I'll make a second luck roll for you. I said both. So I will attempt to cut that off right now then. Just see what happens. Ciao. I'm way better the second time.
Okay, so getting the hang of this, you cut through. Again, you hear the weird whispers followed by the sigh as the part drops away. And Michel, you immediately fall to scratching the recently or newly revealed flesh of your arm that no longer has another arm attached to it. I would like Guillaume to roll a scent roll for me, please.
Ew, I bet it does smell nasty.
Guillaume, you would recognize a couple of these things because you smelled them outside. You do smell the presence of some of those cloaked men. You're not sure where. The smell is everywhere, but it's fresh. You don't pick up the smells of anything else in this place. No other partygoers, animal hides, nothing.
So inside, I smell them, like where we are.
You smell them as strongly as you smell the others that are surrounding you. You can't tell exactly, as scent is a very ambiguous way to determine where it's strong, as if they had been here recently. But there isn't any other smells that would go along with there being a house full of guests, a house full of food, a house full of skinned animal hides and skulls, blood splattering, even the violence that occurred just as you came in. It seems sterile almost to a fault.
Can I do a spot hidden to see if they're in here with us?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Great.
Okay, so narratively, it goes like this. As you all are sitting there reeling from what has just occurred, as everything begins to kind of, you can't hear anything, Guillaume begins to, and you notice for a moment that almost a translucent lid drops over the eye of the ghoul. Not both, but just the left one as it drops. And there at the base in the corner of the room, you see one of the men leaning up against the wall as it's observing you. It is naked to your right eye, but very visible to your left.
There is something here with us. It is dangerous.
you see the man stand up and begins to reach for something.
Okay. I'm gonna body block for like the rest of the party.
What is it? I see nothing.
Okay, we're going to. What's your dex? This is a critical. You saw it before anybody else, so you get to attack.
Okay.
Whatever you do damage-wise is going to strike because this was the proverbial drop.
Okay. I'm gonna launch myself at it and use my bite and hold onto its neck.
Roll it. Absolutely.
Guillaume is the best character.
Yeah. The carry.
I can also.
Shit! Oh, only 1 damage? Come on.
You've shot things in the past, Etienne.
Well,
Okay,
at least
so-
I have a hold, at least.
I have
There's
done
that.
nothing.
Right. So the rest of you see what once was shadow in the corner of the room. You see the feet of Guillaume begin to move as red light flashes with each stride. And just before Guillaume leaps into the air, you see a red illuminated figure very familiar to you all now with the scarf pulled up to the nose as it's reaching for something. But before it can brandish whatever weapon or whatever it's going for, you see Guillaume hit the man directly. And as Guillaume hits, the arms wrap around the black-clad man's arms and the mouth distends as it opens of Guillaume, and it bites and latches into the neck of the man as you hear as he drops to the ground, and he's very visible to the rest of you. What would you all like to do?
Michelle's freaking out.
I've got one of the glowy swords, right? I tucked that down the corset, so I can pull that out.
Yeah, I don't think I have a weapon on me. Do I?
You're new.
Yeah.
I'm
I've got
No,
one.
it's got his manly
It
kill.
depends on how you define weapon.
Gross. Nope.
No.
Not Michelle.
Stop trying to make fetch happen, Greg.
Yeah, that's just over the line, Greg. Jeez. We would never say that on this channel. TOS, man.
The old French adage, this is my weapon, this is my gun, etc., etc. No, I think like Joseph and Renault would kind of have that like knowing side glance, and Renault would almost be shocked as they both reach for that blade they had.
The gun. Oh.
No.
The gun. We could.
Okay, who's got the highest dex out of the three of you that are going for weapons?
I have a 55.
Good question. I have a 60.
I have a gun in my hand. Just saying. Oh, I'm also doing stuff.
What's your dex?
You have a gun ready.
A 50.
Okay, so with his ready gun in his hand, though, he gets a bonus 50 to that, which makes it 100. Etienne, you can do something first here. However, it would be a hard shot if you were to try to shoot and not hit Guillaume.
Okay. I've how many rolls do we have? We've had 5 rolls and I've failed 1 of them so far. I think we're probably good for another success.
Guillaume is my favorite. You took away Melody from me. Don't kill Guillaume.
So he just killed Melody.
I'll be all right. Don't worry.
Kills off all my
With a
friends.
handgun.
Handgun, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, what do I want to do? Man. It's the only way that Etienne reacts is
It's all you
Fire.
know.
you're right. Oh, we're being attacked. Fire. Fire. Perfect.
It's half that, by the way. Just a reminder. Half damage.
Oh, right. So as the fire
Sweet.
goes off, what we're going to do is, because also he wasn't aiming directly at you, you kind of rolled into it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take the damage down to 2. Take 2 damage, Guillaume, as the bullet, you see the bullet hit the hide of Guillaume,
Perfect.
but it seems to splatter across the back, but it does hurt as Guillaume kind of wrenches back a little bit. Make a strength roll, and we're going to contest this to see if you can keep hold of your prey, Guillaume.
Isn't he with us?
No.
So as Guillaume pulls back from the shot, you see a chunk of flesh rear up as the man kind of explodes out of the grasp and reaches and continues to pull out another of the knives that have become a commonplace sight in the hands of these enemies.
I wasn't even aiming. That was a reaction. That was a reflex.
Okay,
Oh, you
so
have to reload your hand.
This goes over to, I believe, the next one in line was.
I'm gonna reload your hand. Actually, I'm gonna reload Etienne's hand. Come here. There you go.
Well, to be fair, Etienne can use his free hand to pull out his gun, his actual other gun, as you reload his hand.
Yep.
Amazing. Wait, sorry.
Reload.
There you go.
As you adjust his wood. Joseph is
No,
next.
I don't have a gun because we had all of our stuff taken. So his only weaponry is. That
Oh, that's
one
right.
shot.
That's right. We had to sneak our shit in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next person would be Joseph.
Joseph.
Joseph would have been, I guess, how close are we to this thing?
You're only about 15 feet away, so you can move and attack should you desire.
I'm gonna try to cut a bitch.
All right.
Yeah,
Roll
and
a-
I do.
Roll a bitch check. Oh.
Nice.
1 damage, that's fine, whatever.
Well, no, that's I believe it is for the knives.
It's 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, plus 4? Okay, add 2 to that, as that is a 12. You run up, and as Guillaume pulls back, rearing from pain from the shot that hit his lower back, you just run up, and as the man is getting up, pulling another knife out, you calmly drag the blade across the throat, exposing the jugular as he begins to bleed out, grasping underneath the mask as it exposes the muscle and the tendon as he expires.
Martine's gonna take a step back so she doesn't get blood on her nice dress. She's gonna look at Guillaume and go, I got you.
Thank you.
And then she's gonna give a very pointed look at Sergeant Renault, like, who's a shitty soldier now?
I will mark this day as the first day that you have done anything soldierly in your entire life. You lost an entire person in a library.
You lost
To be
me.
fair, it was only Michel.
Yes.
What? That was my life. I was put up on a flesh tapestry because of you.
I like the hand jokes.
I don't presume to know what you are, but
And he goes over and he kind of like moves away some of the clothing of this man.
says there's something very strange with these ones.
You can see that all of their skin has been cut away.
They do this themselves. I don't know what compulsion the Comte has again over them, but I wouldn't go putting them in your mouth.
I
And
understand.
he kind of kicks the other dagger over towards you.
Oh my god, I love how Sergeant Renault is like everyone's dad because he's concerned about who Michel is dating, and now that Guillaume is like still this actual monster, he's
Don't
like,
eat people.
don't be eating that.
Don't put people
Don't-
in your
don't-
mouth.
That is a
Don't
dirty
put
process.
that in. You don't know where it's been.
We don't
Do not
eat
win.
people.
I know you
remember?
live in a literal catacombs, but don't put it in your mouth. Don't stick your fingers in the sockets.
Listen, when you eat a corpse, it is one thing. It is already dead, but this is something else that may be dead or undead. I'm not entirely sure. Don't put it in your mouth. It has no skin on it.
Might be
You could get
gross.
salmonella.
If you find an orange on the ground, you can eat it if you take the skin off. But if the skin is already off, you cannot eat it. It is dirty on the inside.
That's a beautiful.
Guillaume just kind of
that's
starts looking at his body and then looks back up to the sergeant
true.
and just grabs the dagger.
That real life advice. We also have a viewer decision, Greg.
Oh.
At this point.
Great, a viewer decision. Awesome. Okay, here's what I want. I want
What?
someone of the people that you see here, of the party. Will is included in this one. I want the viewers to vote on who will be forced to go outside.
Chat room
I
back.
don't like how you said
Thought,
forced.
what is Martine wearing to her wedding for the compt? Whatever.
Oh wait, so this is annoying. My
It's a
poll,
four.
Definitely not white.
my poll option is 4 people. It's got 4 options, Greg. I can't put 5 on it. You got to choose a person not to be involved.
No.
Okay, Guillaume then. We will keep
Aw.
Guillaume.
Yeah, we
As-
can't send Guillaume outside because Guillaume would get shot at, and that would be bad.
No, come on, send me outside.
No,
I'll
I'm
trade.
not losing another friend.
I'll trade.
Meta, did you take the dagger?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you guys have one more of the big. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Daggers that you can deploy.
Perfect French. That was really good.
That was right.
Thank you.
On point.
C'est bon.
All
Well,
right.
if we are
I did actually pass the test, by the way.
Nice.
Did we kill the thing?
Despite-
I had
it's
a
super
phone
dead.
call.
It's super dead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The,
I reload my fingers.
The poll is up, by the way, guys. You click on screen.
I get my
to
finger
vote.
bang ready. Is that?
wait.
Wait.
It's a thing.
That's what
How
we
did
call
you-
it.
Bang, bang, bang.
How did you see
Yeah.
this, Guillaume?
I am accustomed to looking for these things.
What does he see?
Well, I don't know. They are dangerous, obviously.
How
Wait.
did anyone else see this thing? Just Guillaume.
No, I did not until after I fired. Sorry. Guillaume.
Until after I fired.
I just reflexively shot.
Are they Guillaume, have you found these men before? Are they capable of becoming invisible like this, or is this a trick?
Greg, do I know as Guillaume these things?
Why don't you roll and I forget what your actual scores are here. So take either occult or history, whichever one would be higher for you, and we'll.
I'm not a
I don't know.
very educated ghoul. No, it's okay. It's fine.
Turns out we don't have a lot of books in the
Yeah,
aquatic source
unfortunately not. Yeah.
No, you've never really run across them before, so you're not sure if this is. You're not sure exactly how it pulled this off.
Did we see the little like eyelid come down?
Yes, you guys did see that.
Do that thing again with your eyeball. It was weird. Is that how you saw it?
Oui.
You can all roll natural world checks if you'd like to learn more, or
The David Attenborough check.
Right.
David Attenborough check.
I've got
Yeah.
fucking.
It's right
I have
here
50 in
is-
this. Why did I max natural world? What? Why?
I also have 50
Why
in
do
that,
I-
and I failed.
I
so it's fine.
don't.
Why did I? I failed it. I put 50 points in, and I still
So did I.
fucking failed the fucking roll.
None of us know.
I didn't
We
take-
all suck at David
I didn't
Attenborough.
take useful skills. I was just like, no, you know what? I'd like to know about the fucking world. I'd like to watch fucking Blue Planet.
Will, I'm about to take
here-
the worst soldier award away from Joseph and give it to fucking Michel.
I haven't killed anything. All I've done is
You haven't killed anything.
You've just been strung up on the wall.
All I've done
and
is
then
You've
help a
just been
friend.
made a blanket.
I have lost about 40 sanity.
Just by being around.
Wait, is he still scratching? Do we need to fix
I'm
that?
still scratching.
Oh, he's always going to be scratching forever.
Yeah, I'm permanent same.
We're gonna
Perma.
like get him some. I'm gonna get him.
Scratch.
Give him some chamomile.
Put some salve on that.
Guillaume, can you
He's a ghoul.
see any more of them? Is this just the one?
Can I roll to look for another or any more?
You can roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Sense not going to give you anything else here, as it's been recorded for basically the whole area. But you can
Yeah.
spot hidden again if you'd like.
Okay.
Now you're clear. With that crit, you would have encountered anything else, but just looking
Okay.
again around, you guys again see the lids kind of move across both eyes.
Both eyes.
But you look around and nothing has come like running, or there hasn't been an emergence of another one. The area is as clear as you believe it to be.
No, we are safe for the time being.
Then I think we should proceed back downstairs to the basement. There was what Melody saw was not correct. There's no table. There is 2 coffins.
Hold on, I'm not Melody. Let's not get those two confused.
Wasn't it Melody that went to go hide in go check? Oh, it was you. Okay, my bad.
I was like, wait, hold on.
what-
She's like, please don't confuse me with a sex crazed stalker.
What Joseph saw. This is, but if,
And then it kind of like processes and dawns on him. He looks to Joseph and says,
if what we uncovered in the libraries with the doctor, and he looks back to Etienne, if this Comte Benedict is a vampire, and one of these coffins is for him,
and he just kind of stares at Joseph.
Then
Oh.
let's. Then the other one. No,
All right, it's
actually,
all right. It's
does
until
it-
death do you part. It's fine.
shh.
Loophole. Loophole.
I think if he is already dead, it is a loophole within a loophole.
I think you could get it annulled.
Crap. Maybe it's
Yes,
into
I
life
heard-
keeper.
Oh, that's great. How about we go about destroying those coffins? Specifically, the one that has my name on it.
As long as it's not consummated. Yes, maybe we should.
Thank you, Michel.
Right.
Thank you for that wisdom.
I just scratch myself some more.
Stop scratching. Stop scratching.
And stop.
Michel, at ease. Let's go.
And he starts to head towards the the ballroom.
Yeah, the ballroom, and then you kind of curl around the back and disappear towards the downstairs, correct?
Mhm.
Okay, as you guys move unencumbered to the top of the door that leads down into the cellar area, you notice the door is shut. And at this point, I would like Michel to roll an occult roll with a 50% bonus, please.
A 50% bonus.
50.
I put 5 in a call. I succeed that with a 50 bonus.
Okay. As you're getting close, you realize that you can see something written across the wood of the door. This goes into one of the earlier wild magic surges that gifted you with the ability to read a language. As you look at it, it says, "Stop."
That there it reads stop. Don't know why I can read that.
You know English.
I can read it.
The rest of you see nothing.
I don't think I can write it or speak it.
Where do you see this?
Where?
There.
Does the door open?
Do you try it?
Sure.
Okay. When you put your hand on the handle to push down and undo the latch, I would like you to roll a con save for me, please.
Yeah. This is gonna be like Call of Home Alone. Damn it. No.
It's Macaulay
One.
Culkin.
1 point. Yeah, sure. Let's
Top
spend
of
the
the
1
stairs.
point of luck. I don't want the crest of the count burned into my hand.
It's funny you should say that, because as soon as you touch and depress the trigger to open up the lock, you feel your hand begin to burn, and for a moment you feel like you can't, like the muscles of your hand are seizing and gripping with a death grip force, but you're able to almost slap your hand off with the other. You pull it away, you don't get any damage, but you can see now that there are forces at play here preventing at least opening the door in this manner.
Yeah, it said stop and...
Well,
Right, yes.
Wait, no,
Next
no.
time I think we listen to Michel.
Michel, where does it say stop?
I point to where I see it.
Is it just
on the door or on the wall? Or above?
Michelle, you see it on the door, just written plain as day, stop.
It just is there.
And
It just says stop on the door. Can't you see that?
I'm gonna go
Sure,
over
I
and
don't see
touch
anything.
wherever he's pointing to. Like my best approximation, I'm gonna touch it.
okay, make a power check for me, please.
Touching things is
Dead.
a bad idea, Mike.
yeah,
Right.
we've learned. Hey.
69.
That's the
Not
one
for
roll that I
Sergeant
kill it
Renault.
at, is power checks.
There you go.
Okay, so as the sergeant comes up and almost wipes the door, anyone that's watching will see that from his belt, where the knife that he has been wielding recently is housed, the symbols along the blade, the concentric circles that have been pointed out by the sergeant on numerous occasions, flare to life and kind of raise a bit from the steel. And as he wipes his hand, outlined in blue, you can all now read the word stop.
Yeah, I could see that all along. I think
Do you
it's...
see?
I think
do you
it's
see
There
anything
it
else?
is.
because he's been in my mind. Maybe I can see what he means now.
Oh, I think your cheekbones would be better. I think we should figure out what doors are locked and what doors are not. 'Cause We need to know where we can go and if we can get out.
Your dagger fled the life there, Sergeant. Maybe we use that to tell us where to go from here.
Wait, didn't you pick this lock before, Etienne?
Pick this lock?
Yes.
That was Christoph.
That was Christoph, yeah.
Oh, was it? All right, you forgot your lockpicking hand. That's what it was.
No,
Greg,
how would I have the dexterity to do that?
How sturdy does this door look?
You take the fingers off.
It doesn't look
Go,
that
gotcha.
sturdy. You know, it looks like an interior door. It's not as formidable or as weatherproof as an exterior door this time.
You tried pulling. Maybe it's a push.
Yes, you try this time, Michel.
I try a push rather than a pull. Do I?
Make a con check for me.
Do I win?
There we go.
Perfect.
Do I win? You don't.
99.
You win Cthulhu.
Wow, that is almost the worst you can do.
Yeah.
Both hands.
Two-handed push.
You get hit for 2 damage as some type of heat bounces off the door and throws you several feet into the group.
Not a push. Not a push.
It is
Suddenly-
clear that
Maybe a slide.
it is clear that he does not want us here, which means this is where we need to be.
There was a hole. We could go to the library. We could do we bring rope? Who cares? We'll find rope. We'll get a curtain.
That's a pretty big drop, isn't it, Greg? That drop from the library down.
Yeah,
It
but this has-
estimated at 40 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
we could tie a lot of curtains together. It's fine.
I could catch you.
This is the
Before-
contract.
Before we do anything crazy, I think Sergeant Renault is going to do something stupid. That's
Okay.
what he's done so far. And he
That's good.
he kind of looks around and his hand hits the hilt of the knife and he pulls it out. And assuming this is whatever this is, 1870, whatever door, he jams it in the big massive keyhole and begins wrenching the door open in the keyhole using this mystical blade.
That is also an idea. Yes.
Awesome. Make a con check for me, please.
Sure. I'm also good at those.
Okay,
We need
you
to go
feel
through this
a unearthly heat come through the blade into the hilt as you begin this process, and it starts to cook your flesh of your palm, and you're forced to pull the blade away from the door.
All right,
Good.
so I think we should not go through here. I think we should find other means to getting through.
Guillaume's
This
going to
door?
try something.
Not here.
I'm going over to the body that is dead and using it as a human shield, and I'm going to ram into the door.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so you're easily able to lift the now limp body of the guard or the footman, as they've been called. You charge against the door, and I'd like you to make a con check for me, please.
Guillaume is so big.
Okay, so as you hit,
So
very
big
similar to what...
and strong.
Jesus.
Well,
So
now
it's
that
so good.
Melody is dead, Michel needs a new crush.
So as
Oh.
soon, much like what happened with Michel, as soon as the body, the shielded body, hits the door, there is a flash of heat, and now the smell of cooked. You stagger back, and you can see that despite the terrible scarring beneath the eyes, the front forehead and the eyes are now burned where they hit the door.
Well, I don't think we are going to this door.
No. I think we need to get those books, but I do not want to be trapped in here. We should figure out if there are any other locked doors, and if we need an escape. Because if we cannot get out, they cannot get in outside. And then we should drop Michel through the hole in the floor in the library.
I can't go through any holes.
Yes, you can. You're very small, quite nimble. It will work perfectly. Nothing else bad will happen to you, I promise.
I don't
I
know
can't
if
keep that promise, but I promise.
my waistline
There's a-
has gotten me into trouble in the past. I don't know that. I believe you.
There is a pile of human corpse fragments as a cushion.
Oh,
See? And you know those corpse fragments very well, from what I understand.
I was part of them for a while.
Guillaume, I don't suggest you eat those either. Those are reckoned.
They're my friends. Like you make.
Very well. Let us find the different doors.
Yeah, I think
Perhaps we can make an escape.
Yeah. Where was this library?
so. Should we systematically check to see if like the front door opens?
We did, didn't we?
We did. Does it open? Was
No.
it closed?
The front door is closed and does not appear to open.
And the other door to the makeout room that was closed.
The dining room?
Smush
Yeah.
The makeout
Yeah.
room.
The makeout room.
The makeout room.
And so what's open to us right now? We can go in the ballroom. We can go in the foyer. Can we go upstairs?
Uh-huh. The makeout room does open.
Oh, that's the door I was trying to open earlier.
Oh, you said the front door when you
No, I
said you were
said-
going.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, well, regardless,
So-
the makeout
di-
room door does open. Yes.
And kitchen doors?
Yes.
There's like a back
but
door in the back door.
is somebody opening the doors to the dining room or the makeout room?
I think Joseph just volunteered.
Sounded
to.
like Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph is gonna like
That's what
check.
it sounds like.
Joseph wants to know if we can get the fuck out of Dodge because I don't want
Okay.
to go back down into the scary place without an exit strategy.
Okay, Joseph. So as you open the door into the dining room / le makeout room, you are greeted with the 15-foot tall windows that dominate the one far wall of this room. When you look out, you realize immediately that it is no longer nighttime out, but you're not sure exactly what it is. As instead of a dark starlit sky, you see a swirl of purple and what looks like splotches of ink inside this swirl of purple. As everywhere from horizon across the dome of the sky is this void. Much like if someone were to spill oil onto a puddle in Paris, you see this smear, this distortion. You can see the woods beyond. You can see where Captain Milan should be, where Christoph should be, but it's smeared a bit, as if you're looking through turpentine or you're looking through some spilled chemical. And the sky itself is, as I stated, dominated with this purple and smears of black.
Well, shit. Disappointing, not surprising.
I understand.
Did everybody else follow her, or are they still like standing at the door, barreling the burning door?
Even at the door, they can see what you've seen because these windows are huge.
So we are not getting out. Might as well drop someone down into the basement to get the books. Pass the time.
I don't really want to go back there, but okay.
Don't think we have another choice.
We could.
I'll take spot hidden. I'll take spot hidden for everybody too, please.
All right. Oh no, I'm memorized my little character sheet. Spot hidden.
Succeeded on a roll. Nailed it.
Yeah.
It did.
Finally, Will.
As did
Extreme.
Remember at the beginning of
No,
this
it's not.
game where I
Shit.
just couldn't fail anything? That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when
It's
you
like
talked
me.
about it a lot?
Yeah.
Then you became
And then
a.
karma punished you.
Remember when I had sanity?
Yeah. Then you became itchy.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody that has succeeded on this spot hidden, Guillaume, Michel, but especially Martine or Joseph, as you're all standing there, also a smell hits Guillaume of another presence. This time it is more of a human presence, and this coincides with the people that succeeded on the spot hiddens. As you turn towards the kitchen, you see in the corner what looks like a little boy.
Looks like.
Mm-hmm.
There is a child of. Have you seen him before?
What?
Have we seen? Was he the? No, because that was the dwarf that was playing the violin.
It's dressed the same.
But the dwarf was dressed. Is it the little boy the dwarf was dressed as, or is it the dwarf dressed as a little boy?
From this distance, it looks like, upon first inspection, to be a young boy dressed like the deceased Dauphin, or Dauphin. Upon closer inspection, though, it is indeed the little person that you saw playing the violin at the party previous.
It's that little... That's the person from the... he was playing the music at the ballroom. Remember when we were dancing,
Yeah.
Martine?
Louis, how did he get left behind?
Like you wondering?
And Azemon. Let's get a little closer.
As you get closer, you realize that the closer that you advance, you see that this person is breathing, but they seem to be kind of in a fetal position up against the wall.
Let's poke him. Like little poke. Not like
I'm gonna
Science.
say, hello? Hello?
hello.
The
Are you
The
there?
eyes open and look up as he kind of scurries back further into the corner, pushing with his feet as he slides along the hardwood floor.
Are you okay? We're not going to hurt you. We've
Shoot
been...
him.
Babin, puts the gun away.
We're not gonna hurt you.
Not this one, Etienne.
Etienne, don't put it all the way away.
I didn't know who we were talking to until after I shot.
I don't trust it yet. Etienne.
He's on your...
Keep your hand at the level of your eye.
He's on your left, Etienne. You probably can't hear him.
Not at all. What?
When you all start to talk, you see the man pull the hands down from his face, but he stays completely pressed against the corner of the room. Are you real?
Is that a question best left for Plato, but as far as I know, yes.
His eyes kind of dance over to Guillaume for a moment, linger and stay there, but he addresses the rest of you. Why are you here?
Well, that has something to do with the Comte and trying to stop his evil plan, perhaps? If we actually knew what his evil plan was.
We're trying to stop him.
Why are you here? What
Why
are
are
you?
you here?
I
He's
am
a
his
person, Sergeant.
executioner.
You know, not what I expected. Takes all kinds. How did you get to be that?
He moves and rolls a bit to the side, and you realize now that while in a fetal position, he was actually cradling something, and it is a violin. And he presents it.
Martine is gonna grab
Don't
that
play that.
fucking...
Don't play that. Make it Jack.
Are you reaching for it?
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, you need to make an opposed dex roll with him. So
Alright. She does not like this goddamn violin.
I think I'd probably go for that as well, honestly.
you can make a roll too if you want to try.
Yeah. Dex.
Greg, did we
Yes.
see when we were peeking through the window? Did we see this man playing the violin?
They flail naked.
Or
No,
was
you-
that you us?
You guys
Y'all
were
were
down in
down
the
in
cellar,
the-
but yeah, you guys were
Okay.
down in the cellar by the time that they went into the ballroom, and this man was only visible in the ballroom.
Okay.
As you both reach for the violin, he definitely moves it back and kind of puts his body in between it. And with a flourish, he brings it up to his chin and produces a bow from somewhere and puts it against the strings as if he's holding a gun. And he gets ready to.
As soon as he goes to string the bow across the thing, Renault just yells, "Fire on him, Etienne!"
Wait. On the child?
He's
Oh
not a
yeah,
child.
from
He's
your
a-
point of view.
I was
He's a tiny man.
Okay. Wait, and I fire.
I'm sure there's a bloody
Wait.
correct sound there. Don't shoot him.
Wait, what?
We want to find out information from him. Can you aim to like not kill him?
I
Can
aim.
you aim for
and
the
I fire.
violin? Can you aim for the
Aim for the
violin?
It would have required a hard success for a called shot like that anyway. So he fires, and you see him causes a groove in his right shoulder as the man spins against, but he continues to hold the bow as he brings it back up to the strings, and he plays a note across it. I'd like you all to make power checks for me, please.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay, kill him.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I hate my life.
You got power?
I just want a new character. Just kill me.
No. I guess it makes sense that we're closest to him.
Extreme.
Good. Reload your hand and save us.
Extreme.
Okay, so as the note gets played across, we have Sergeant, we have Guillaume, and we have the ever enigmatic Babin, as everyone else freezes in place and locks their muscles like a statue. The three of you feel the heaviness to your limbs, and he pulls the note and drags it across. And when he realizes that three of you can move, he says, "Please wait," as you see the blood beginning to stain through his shoulder.
Man, I kind of want to act an initiative just to see what the fuck happens here, because I think that Guillaume's is higher than mine.
Explain what you're doing.
He finishes the note, and those of you that were trapped all of a sudden get your faculties back, and he keeps it up against, he brings the bow back up against the violin and rests it against the strings. "I am not here by my own free will. Please, if you are here to stop the count, I will help you."
We are. He kept me here against my will too. Look, I have this arm that was once attached to me. Bring up the arm I've been carrying this whole time. I've just been wearing it like with my kilt.
Right.
Right. In the time that he played the note, the knife is back out, the ceremonial dagger's back out, and he looks, seeing that his two soldiers can move again. He says, "If you do that again, you will die by my will."
"I do not wish to hurt anyone.
I'm already
The Count, he wishes me to kill everyone at the party, but we are no longer at the party."
Do you know where we are?
"Yes,
Then where?
it is where the Count brings the entire estate, all the servants, all of his things, when he wishes to perform his magics."
Oh, that is not good.
Have you been here before?
"Yes,
What is behind the door? Why can we not open it?
the cellar is where he performs his rituals. He has sealed it with the magics. We must be back in the real world for it to open again."
And the hole in the floor in the library, can we get in there?
"No, only he can."
So he is here with us.
"Yes, in the cellar."
Yes, he likes to sell out damp places with rats and shit.
So how do we get down there?
I don't
We
think
must-
can.
We must return this place to the real world.
And how do we do that?
I know how. And he dips his fingers in the blood on from the bullet wound. He does not flinch in pain at all when he does so. And he kind of drags it through the ridge or the gutter that has been created. And he pulls out just a huge smear of thick blood, and he draws the following symbol on the wall.
Go over to roll.
You guys should be able to see that in roll 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Notes foot.
Little chicken feet.
And he says, the two towers, and he has statues in the garden behind, if you turn them towards one another and align it in this pattern, that is what he makes the footmen do to take us back.
The doors to this place are sealed.
Maybe the garden came with him.
Right, but the garden is outside.
Yes,
It is at the back.
But maybe
So at least one of us
the
has to go
bubble.
outside.
Someone has to
Etienne
go
looks
out.
towards the fourth wall.
And Martine looks towards Michel like, oh, I mean, he's already almost gone, so.
I'm not going anywhere.
I will go outside.
And just so you know, Etienne, the fourth wall looks back.
Wait.
So anybody that came in through the back, which would have been Etienne Babin, Christophe, who was there before, and Sergeant Terry Renault, would know that there are indeed statues in the back of the gardens of this estate. You also recognize that there were two more decorative towers that went up 3 stories on either side of the estate. According to what this man is telling you, there's a way to align both the towers and the statues in a way to form this symbol that he has witnessed before, and when done in a correct order, correct pattern, correct way, that is how the Comte orders the return of this place to the real world.
All right. There are statues in the garden. We can go there and turn them, it seems.
Okay, so we should do that. We should get back, and then we can get back on track and go home.
I've seen the statues before.
I fear that if we all leave, we may not all get back inside.
And some should go, some should stay.
Michel, you are in no state. Look at you. You are naked, and unarmed.
It might be cold out there.
Yes, that is the least of our worries.
Apparently, it's also cold in here.
Michel, put the kilt on backwards. Cover your front.
I put
not over.
I hang the arm in between
We
my
can
legs.
see your yes.
I hate you for that one.
Oh my god.
That was the worst one today. That one hurt.
That was my favorite one today.
That was both clever and funny, I'll have you know.
At this point, the man chimes in and says, "Only one of you can go outside into the back, into the garden. It is not safe to send more. But the others will have to be in the tower to help align and create the symbol. You will have to split up."
I will go outside, and the rest of you will go to the towers.
At this point, as decreed by the same forces of the fourth wall that Etienne so cleverly looked towards, there's only one person that can make the journey outside, and that is Etienne Babin.
I'll go. I've seen them before.
Etienne,
I'm-
there's some of them, the statues, they are... Don't spend too much time looking at them. If you can, look down. Some of them are a sight to behold. There's one of Madonna and Child, and it shook me to my core. Don't linger.
I will not. I will not let it linger. And then I make my way towards the exit.
Rip.
I make. I'll not look at the statue. I'll look at my duty for France.
Etienne, before you leave, and he hands over
Don't
the
throw
dagger.
something towards me. Oh, thank
No, he hands you the dagger. You only have one good hand
you.
and one good ear. Your depth perception is all the way all over the place.
What? Yeah. So I grab the dagger. Yeah. Thank you. Noted. Hopefully, see you soon.
At this point, the man says, "I can help you with the evil of this place to protect your minds. but I can only go with one group. My music cannot be played loudly or it will draw all the others.
Are there others outside?
They're everywhere.
I think you come with me. I'm
Stay with Etienne.
sorry about your wounds there, but I think it will be best, especially that you mentioned the statue that you saw, the Madonna with child.
Yes.
And I do not plan, but if I do look toward these images, I do wish to be ready.
Okay, he will nod and he
luck.
brings the bow back up to the strings. You have 2 other locations that you'll have to go to inside the manse here. I need to know who would like to go where.
Do we know where the towers are, Greg?
They're decorative more than anything else. There is an entrance that goes off the rear of this room, the rear of the dining room, and the rear of the ballroom. And you're able to just walk out into them, and they spiral up for what appears to be about 3 stories. And they have flat tops, very medieval.
So they're just on each side. There's like one on one side of the house, one on the other.
Yep.
There should be a dagger with each group.
Oui. Since Martine did such a great job babysitting last time. and grab Michel's hand from keep him from scratching his skin off and be like, "Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Actually, no. You should be with one competent person. Would you like to go with Guillaume?"
Okay.
She's gonna like fold his little hands up and put him in Guillaume's hand. Don't let him scratch so much. We will never.
Feels better when I do.
No, yes, but don't do it. And she's gonna just give Michel to Guillaume.
Because she was so upset about not taking care of him before, she hands him over to the ghoul.
The ghoul saved her life.
Yeah, I think even Renault is a little shocked, and he looks back and says,
If there is the making of a soldier in you yet, today is full of good choices you have made.
Yes, perhaps today I will wish I was a man. Let's go.
I always wish you were a man.
I know.
I have so much more paperwork when we save the world.
I'd like to know who's going to the east tower and who is going to the west tower.
Jules pick or Joseph pick?
Sure. Martine's gonna go to west tower.
Okay.
Renault goes with her.
Yeah.
And that leaves the east tower then for Guillaume and Michel. But first, what we will do is we will cut to the outside as the back door that leads from the dining room into the estate's exterior swings open easily. And even though the purple skies with the black ink smears are quite visible, as is the turpentine-like vision of the surrounding area, the estates themselves are still, the grounds, the garden is crystal clear. Perfect high def as you walk outside. And as soon as you walk outside, the man brings the bow up to the strings and begins to play a beautiful melody. And I would like you to roll a D10 for me, Babin.
Oh dear.
D10, sorry.
D10,
You lose that many sanity. Get fucked.
That's what happened to me earlier.
That's not it.
Except I rolled a D20 and I rolled a 19.
There we go. And then I actually rolled a 1.
You regain 1 sanity point as this man begins to play from his violin. As long as you are within earshot of him, you will roll all sanity rolls with advantage.
Ooh.
All right. Sounds great.
Okie dokie. As you walk out, you are directed towards the first of the statues. This one is the one that is of the Madonna with child. And as directed, you come upon it, and
it's like eating a baby, right? Is that what it was?
Yes. And this one, just to explain it for people, is the Madonna with child is usually the Madonna holding a baby, and it's very nice and religious and all that. In this one, though, the baby is being held, but the Madonna has a wide open mouth with sharp teeth that are biting into the baby's head. And the water feature of this fountain is actually the blood coming out of the baby's head and dripping down into the collecting pool around the statue itself.
Real classy.
Enjoy your meal.
Right. So as you do see this, despite trying not to look at it, you will have to roll a sanity check with advantage, though.
Adorable.
Being prepared for it, you are able to shake off effects as
Probably also
you
already
noted-
told about it too, right?
Right. You're been explained, and it's not as big of a shock to your mind as it would be just stumbling upon it as the sergeant did. But as you walk up, you realize that there's something else, and it seems as if the Madonna has her hand outstretched, and there is what appears to be a plate or a tray, and there's 2 spheres resting in it. You'd have to get closer. You'd have to actually go through the fountain to see what those are.
Monkey balls. Okay. Are there any handholds or handprints or like grimy handprints nearby of where people have grabbed this before to turn it?
Nothing that you can see. It appears that the 2 spheres or balls that are in the plate are loose. They don't appear to be fixed to the plate.
Okay, I'm gonna go up closer and inspect the balls.
Okay, as you get face or nose to balls with these balls,
He's good at this.
Nose to balls.
Yeah, right.
Just
Just
how
you
you
can
like
roll
it.
anything dealing with balls with advantage. As you look at these, you realize a step or 2 away that they are in fact eyes. And as you get closer, you realize that they are either very similar to the nearly sky blue and perfectly hued eyes of Kristoff, or they are the eyes of Kristoff.
No, work, Dad.
And I would like you to roll another sanity check as you realize that these are in fact the eyes of your friend. Perfect, as it doesn't really seem to bother you that much. As you pick them up, you realize that there is light passing directly through from the rear to the pupil, as if they could potentially be, you could kind of wink and look through them like a telescope.
God, this is gross. All right, I'm gonna
Are they flying?
do it, I guess. I'll wink and look through it like a telescope.
You know when they go to the opera and they have those viewing spectacles?
Yeah.
Do you have your
every time I
do you have your opera hand?
He has his opera hand.
You just pop the eyeballs with your opera hand.
Miv's always
No
down the
matter
opera.
what other hands he forgets to bring, Essie and Babin will never be without his opera hand.
Yeah, you need that one.
It's not his Oprah hand. That's a different one.
Yeah, that's right. It's just, it opens up and there's just car keys in there for everyone in the immediate area.
Okay, as you look through the eye, you realize that you can now see the world as it is outside of this place. You can see the world with the blue skies, and in this point, night with the starlit skies, as you are looking back into the real world through the eyes of your friend Kristoff. Is there anything in particular you would like to look at?
Which way I'm supposed to face the statue?
Okay. As soon as you look through the eye, you point the eye and look and peer at the east tower. And as soon as you do, you see a purple line illuminate and flash to the tower. And when you go to move the eye again, you realize that it is fixed in that space and floating right in front of the statue.
Okay. Is there a way I can move the statue to it so the eye that is floating is now resting in the dish?
You cannot move the eye that's floating in the statue at all. You do have the other eye, though. One of the eyes is staring with a purple line to one of the towers, and the other eye is free.
I'm going to look at the other tower.
It links up, and you see and hear the Madonna with child turn as it fixes and locks into an entirely new position. Let us cut back now to Michel and Guillaume as they are heading towards the east tower. And you are all able to quickly go upstairs and spin up the 3-story circular staircase. And when you get to the top, you are gifted with the following. You see arranged on the ground the outfit that Marie Antoinette wore. You see the blood-stained mockery of the Queen of France's over-the-top get-ups. You see the large wig that you used as evidence to support this very raid, no longer covered in blood, but arranged perfectly as if someone were coming in to don these clothes. However, you also see the skull of Marie Antoinette as it faces you, positioned just below the wig.
Oh, didn't make it then. Bad. But then I guess he had gone through a lot of pain.
I don't understand what this is.
The man from the party, they dressed him up as Marie Antoinette. We called him Marie Mantoinette. And he was whipped and they did all sorts of barbaric things to him. I tried to kill him quickly, but did not work very well.
So, how do we use this? I don't know.
Don't know either. Did they say?
No, the man, he never said what we need to do here.
Maybe we should touch something? Say that to basically naked men in the tower.
2 naked men, mostly naked men.
There is nothing at all phallic about this image.
Maybe we should touch something.
Perhaps you should perhaps put on the clothing and somehow.
You think I should dress up as Marie Antoinette?
Perhaps we need a similar situation. I don't know.
There must always be a Mantoinette.
I would not.
I guess I can try. I mean, do you think I would look good in it?
Oh, oui, very good. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Why not?
Whatever you say, Michel. I begin to clothe myself.
Okay, it's the undergarments are a bit tight in the crotch, but you take that for what it's worth. But you're able to don it. He was a heavier, shorter man than Michel, but you're able to get the outfit on. Yeah. Do you put the wig on as well?
Sure.
Why not at this point, right?
No, I mean.
Okay, so yeah, you drop Marie Antoinette's wig on. You look striking. And all that is left on the ground at the top of the tower is the skull of Marie Antoinette.
Do you feel any different?
Not really. I don't think so. Greg, do I feel any different? I feel maybe a little empowered.
Yeah, I was going to say you feel more confident, but
somewhat liberated, maybe.
Okay.
You feel no different.
I feel like I understand myself a little bit better now.
There's a lot of questions that are being answered.
I guess we probably need to pick it up, so I'm gonna do that.
Oh, okay, maybe we could do it together.
Very well. Yes. So Guillermo just kind of starts to. Guillaume is trying to
slowly approach this skull.
Okay, so you're able to creep up to the skull and you get there and you can pick it up. Do you?
Yeah, we're picking it up together.
Sure.
Okay, like the two of you are doing like a team lift on this and trying to pick up the... Okay.
We're placing our hands on it at the same time.
Like a Ouija wig.
Oh, we
Well,
Who's
Ouija
lifting it? I'm
skull.
not lifting it. Who is that? I'm not doing it.
All right, so you both touch it at the same
Okay.
time. I'd like you each to roll a power check for me, please.
Power.
Go
Fail.
Okay, so Guillaume, you're able to pick it up and you feel, in a life spent with corpses and bones, you feel that this one has a bit of life left in it. And as you pick it up, you both touch it at the same time, but that feeling of life beneath your fingers makes you recoil just a bit, which saves you. As you pull back, the skull itself floats up in the air and turns, revealing that it is not a full skull, but actually a mask. And it smacks into the face of Michel as you are now looking at him and you can see his eyes wild through the skull eyes of Murray Mantoinette. And let's cut over to the West Tower.
Okay, so I'm not the worst babysitter after all. This is great.
No, this is fantastic. It's the full form now. Full
Rip.
form.
Dice tell a story.
Somewhere
I mean,
Martine is like, I'm not a bad babysitter.
This whole
Over at the
campaign has been Renault trying to save Michelle's life and everyone else fucking it up.
Yeah.
I'm so
Okay,
screwed.
so over at the West Tower, you all climb up in a similar fashion. You go up a spiral staircase. There aren't any additional floors. It is a hollow tower turret. And as you go up the 3 floors, you pop up into the flat level top of the tower. And you are greeted with the sight of something you've seen before. As the two of you enter, you see pamphlets everywhere of the Third Estate. But these are the pamphlets that have been provided or augmented or made better by Comte Fenelick, as they are inclusive of the blood print that he added as well, the Know Your Place, as it is prominent. The entire top of the tower is lined almost meticulously with this as they build off one another like some great puzzle. And as you kind of look down on it, you realize that even the individual Know Your Place, who is the Third Estate, it's arranged in such a way that it appears to be a giant pamphlet when viewed from above. As you look down, the mottled colors of red and black equal one giant pamphlet. And positioned just at the Know Your Place, there are 2 severed human hands.
Oh.
Not what I was expecting. Also, did you not burn all of these?
I did, but who is to say that the man that now I assume is Count Fenelick who did this did not make several copies and take them with him?
True. Do we reckon? Can we I don't know? Can you spot hidden a hand?
It is there.
Yeah, you're trying to investigate it though, right? To see if you can
Recognize the hand, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can both spot hidden, that sure.
Sure. Yeah.
As you look, you realize there's not anything real. There's nothing, there's no tattoos, there's no there's not a tag on it that says these are the hands of. But when you look at the fingers, you see lining the nails and embedded under the nails, a bluish hue kind of dominates them, as if the beds themselves are lacking in oxygen. But on closer inspection, it looks as if there's actually a foreign substance that is blue and black under the nails. There is also a wedding ring on the left hand.
Who do we know who is married who died recently?
Is it a male wedding ring? These male
Yeah.
hands or female hands?
They appear to be masculine, yes.
Okay.
I don't know. How do we? I don't have.
Are they affixed somehow?
Martine doesn't recognize the wedding ring, does she?
No, she does not.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
How are they affixed to the picture?
They seem to be placed palm down, so you have a view of the nails, but not of the palms, as they are pressed down and just arranged at the very center of what would be the giant pamphlet if viewed from above.
Right. Renault kind of looks around. Is there like a window that leads out towards the garden?
This whole area is uncapped, so you can see the entire skull.
So it's not like parapets. So yeah, he looks around. He does like a lap around the whole thing and looks back to Martine Joseph and says, "How do we align the towers and the statues? What?
Do you want? Can we turn the hands over?
Do you want to touch them?
I mean, no. Like that's the general that question in this game. The answer is generally no, but.
Then no, you cannot move.
Like Martine in her heart of hearts doesn't want any of this, but can she like poke it with her foot? She's gonna just like nudge it.
Just gonna
take
pick
a little,
one to
little pumped foot and give it a little poke.
Sure. Which one? Are you right or left hand?
Left. Marriage ring hand, so left. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You kick it. It moves slightly and rocks a bit, but stays palm down.
Perhaps we turn them over. Do you want to turn the right hand? I will turn the left. We fix them up and point them at the statue. I don't know.
No. Given what I have seen here, I feel like this would come alive and choke me in my sleep. You have the dagger. I will pick up the hands.
And he goes to pick up both hands.
So she's gonna pull the dagger out just in case. Like she's gonna have both daggers. She's gonna dual wield that shit.
No, you only have one.
Yeah, but you had one, right?
No, I gave mine to Etienne.
Okay.
Yeah, no one had one, and he doesn't have time to use his gun hand.
That's true. She's gonna pull the dagger out and be like ready for some shit.
And Renault's gonna go pick up both hands.
Okay, Renault, I'd like you to make a power check for me, buddy.
Fuck you, I'm using my crit. No way. It says 98.
Okay, I will be benevolent and allow you to have the crit right now, but in future rolls, you must call the crits before you roll them.
Oh, shit. All right. Okay.
All right, so you're able to force back whatever intrusion is trying to take over your mind. And as you're holding the hands, you move them over and reveal written on their palms, "Who am I?" And let's cut back to Etienne as he is in the garden.
Waiting with his wooden hand.
Waiting with his wooden hand. You cannot see what's going on the top of either of the towers because they're too high. However, you do notice that there seems to be a swirl of purple and black above each of the towers. And you're kind of watching this almost a reverse tornado seem to form above both of the structures. The man that's with you is playing his violin still, and he nods in the direction that you assume to be the next statue. As you walk along, you come upon the statue of Icarus, which is a statue of the god Icarus, or Cupid, if you would. Only this time, instead of the feathery angel wings that everyone has come to recognize, these are actually bat wings. And this one isn't nearly as disturbing as the other, so there will be no sanity check on this. However, you do notice that one of the child's legs is actually skeletal, and the thigh bone of the skeletal leg appears to be golden.
The femur.
Correct.
Of his what leg?
It would be his right leg.
Okay. I do what I'm not supposed to do in Cthulhu, and I touch it. The golden part.
Okay. I'm assuming you're touching it with your real hand as
Yeah.
you. Okay. Roll a power check for me, please. Okay, so you feel a surge or an intrusion go through your mind, but you are able to pull the thigh bone free, and the rest of the statue seemingly is unaffected by this loss of integrity and maintains its position.
Where in the in this orientation of where everything is this statue?
This one is at number 6 on the. It's the far back of the estate.
Was 8? 8 was the fountain.
4 was the fountain.
Okay. So
But
it's 6.
after
All
it
right.
moved position a bit, it seems to be more lined up with the symbol provided to you by the man with the violin.
Right. Okay, so it looks like a bird's foot, right? What is this? There it is. Okay. I guess I kind of like line it so it's straight between the estate, like the house, the mansion, and the back. Is that a thing? Like I just like hold the bone. Because now I'm thinking that these body parts have something to do with aligning the statues.
Right. So, okay, you're kind of trying to do what you did with the eyes, where you're pointing it in the direction of, So, yeah, you're able to do that, but nothing happens with this one. However, roll a spot hidden for me, please. Okay, awesome. A hard success. As you're doing this and moving the thigh bone around, you notice that there are several small holes aligned on the top of the thigh bone. And you realize that, perhaps not anatomically correct, there is like a tapered cap on one end of the thigh bone.
I want to put my mouth to it and play it.
Okay, I would like you to roll let's go with let me see what is the worst thing that you have, and I'll make you do that.
Perfect. Cthulhu Mythos.
Right. We don't have performance in this one, I don't think. But
anthropology.
That's it. It was anthropology is what I was thinking of.
Right.
Now let's just go with a base roll on this one and give me a dex check.
Sure, it's not natural world. We have a lot in that.
That's what it was.
You should handgun.
I always main natural world.
Main. Right. Natural world main. What do you want? You want a dex check? Base roll dex check?
Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, right on the 50. Okay, so you're able to.
Anything Etienne can't do.
No. So somehow
plays music.
You're able.
Natural world. What you can't do.
Right. Yeah. True.
You set in your wooden hand the flute, blow into it, leaving your free hand, your still dexterous hand, to be able to start covering up some of the holes as you begin to play this thigh bone. And the man that's with you drops into a similar song, a similar rhythm, similar melody.
As the thieves, when two people play music, they just happen to know where they are.
You guys just drop in and start jamming.
Yeah.
And as you guys are out in the garden jamming and playing, you hear behind you the statue of Icarus switch over into a position. Let's cut back, though, to the East Tower, where we have somebody with something on their face.
Me again.
Okay. As you, Guillaume, see this skull attached to the face, the bottom jaw breaks away, and you're presented with an absolute mask of macabre as the top teeth are jutting out, and you can see Michel's lips moving underneath of it. And for you, even someone that is used to sucking the marrow out of bones and splintering them, there's something absolutely medieval and disturbing even to you about this, which does require a sanity check.
It's not me rolling it for once. Oh.
Yes. Okay. With the loss of 1 sanity point, as Guillaume is able to shake off the presence or the intrusion into the integrity of his mind, he's able to keep himself focused. What would you all like to do?
Am I still myself in this mask, Greg? Still like, okay. And do I see anything else while I got the mask on?
As you look around, you see the world as it is without the purple swirls in the air. You see the night sky. You see the stars beyond. However, you hear a laughter, a hideous, hideous laughter that is both the gallows humor and the chuckle of the maniac pardoned. It is madness incarnate, and it seems to be coming from the mouths of 1,000 beings. I need you to roll a sanity check, my friend.
Why did I speak? How do I say anything? Damn it. I got 29, so rip. Good night, sweet prince. Oh!
Okay, for a loss of another 6 sanity, as your mind further goes into itself, as it's trying desperately to retreat, to throw up any type of defense against the mounting madness. Your temporary insanity is the only way that you feel safe right now is behind this mask. And even with its presence, the cause, the sounds that are coming, they are becoming comforting. And the thought of not having the cackles of laughter, of not feeling this skull mask pressed against your own flesh, that's the true madness. And so you begin to press it further into your face.
Michel.
I feel better now. It's safe in here. I'm like scratching my skin and like pushing a mask further into my face.
In where? What are you seeing?
Everything is a lot clearer in here, a lot safer. They can't get me in here.
Okay. Oh, okay. So could you see perhaps if the others have made progress in the garden and the tower?
I look over in that direction where I know them to be.
Oops. From this, you can see that across to the other tower, you're watching as there's movement over there by Martine and Captain Renault, and you can barely make out the progress of Babin as he is working with what looks like the statue of Icarus, and you see him, and perhaps
working the bone. It's fine. You can say it.
You're in the garden working the bone. This is,
This pleases me.
Right. Conservatives love this. Anyhow, as you are in there, you can see that what catches your eye, though, is you see 2 men dressed in black, wearing the masks up to their nose as they creep past the Madonna with Child statue towards Etienne.
I'm gonna shout.
Creepy fable guards.
I'm gonna shout out, Etienne, behind you! Assuming that he is gonna just whip round and fire immediately.
Exactly.
Etienne, I'm going to need an extreme listen check here.
Every time he turns around, he just shoots.
I've been playing a lot of McCree lately. You could probably tell. Listen.
Listen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're dropping into. You guys are playing a little Blues Traveler. Yeah. You're just dropping into a long.
Once upon the midnight. Yeah.
He's really working.
Yeah.
He's really working that bone, but I don't think it will be enough.
I haven't seen him work that bone since university. As you are...
It's Arcane College.
Yes. As you are playing, you don't hear anything. Michel, you do see them progressing and advancing towards your friend, and he appears unaware.
I don't even have a gun to fire off. Oh dear, Guillaume, those two are going to kill Etienne. Look.
We can't go at her. So, okay. So, what do we...
We have to get the statue. We have to turn the statue. He's working his bone right now. And we have to do the same. We have to be emboldened by his bone and
Just the two naked men up at the tower alone.
I turned to him. We have to work. We have to work our bone.
Man, I'm just.
Technically, he's in a dress now.
I'm inspired watching this guy work the bone down there. Wouldn't you agree?
What can we do to figure out what we're supposed to do up here? Because this is like, I mean,
is there anything we haven't yet touched?
Yeah, pretty
what you do is roll an idea roll for me, both of you.
Okay.
Intelligent. Jesus.
Is there anything we haven't touched? Well,
when in doubt.
Sure, let's have it. Oh my god, I'm one away. I mean, I'm not spending that luck. Fuck this.
Okay, so as you're looking around and as you're trying to figure out desperately what needs to be done up here, if there's something that's been missed, Guillaume, it is your sense of smell which saves the day as you begin to again sense something else up here as your eyes drop into their third lid, and in the corner you see something kind of crumpled but yet arranged in the shadows.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to it and investigate. See what it is.
As you get over there, you realize that it is the perfectly flayed face of the skin of the man formerly known as Murray Mantoinette. Need you to roll a sanity check as you stare into the depleted, deflated face, which you usually eat, so it's not that bad.
Is this a snack for me?
Right. Yeah, you're able to kind of pick it up and hold it much like a mask of sorts.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and slap it onto Michelle's face.
You're gonna slap it on Michelle's face?
Yeah, in the skull.
Humor for a ghoul. Just
it's like pieing.
It's very much like a cat bringing a mouse to its owner. This is just what ghouls do. Ghouls just want to have fun.
Ghouls just want to have fun.
I love that this wasn't a roll. This was just an action, and Meta know that we are of like mind. That you decided to do this.
Yep.
Okay. So as this slaps hold of the skull around you, Michel, you feel your head jerk of its own accord as you stare and turn and look directly at the statue of the Madonna with Child. And the entire top of the tower glows, and there you can see a purple beam reach down and touch that statue.
It worked.
Let's cut back to you.
Touch my bone.
Reach out and touch face.
We should not reward this behavior.
Or should we?
Oh, no.
Okay, so as the newly reborn Murray Mantoinette, Michel Mantoinette reveals the truth of the Tower of the East, the Tower of the West is still in debate as we are holding the hands that say, "Who am I?"
Yeah, so he's holding the hands flipped over, and he kind of just at first mumbles to himself, and then eventually looks up to Joseph and says, "Who am I?"
Did he not cut the hands of the printer off? These might be the printer that made these pamphlets.
Did he cut the hand of the printer off?
I don't even remember that detail.
No, the printer's hands were on.
Yeah, they were hung by their feet and bled out.
Their feet and bled out.
Says who could this be? I don't know.
He kind of looks over the ring. Do I recognize the ring? The wedding band?
You do.
Shit. Go on, Greg.
Fuck, I knew you were gonna say that.
It's yours.
Yeah. Fuck me. Cool. Thanks, Greg. That's not a terrifying monster situation.
Hey, free ring. Look at the upside.
It says, I will need this. I lose mine all the time and my wife hates me.
I lost mine down the drain only the other week.
Placing the hands palm face up.
Are you interested in this ring?
No, it's just a plain band. He's in the military. You don't want to lose a fancy band. He placing them palm up. He puts his hand in hand with the two hands. With a lot of hand.
Like you're holding hands with it?
Mm-hmm.
Like a Tarzan scene. Stop your crying, it'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Take my hand, hold it tight.
Is this what Sergeant sings to Michel every night before sleep?
I can feel it.
That's just exactly what I saw. It's just that.
Hold on.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So anyway, back to the mutilated hands with the Phil Collins soundtrack.
Exactly.
As you grip both of the hands, you hear in your own mind, "Who am I?" And it's your own voice.
Man.
What is Martine seeing? Like, she's got to be a little.
It's an intimate moment. Relax, Martine.
Who? What are you?
Right.
Whose hands are those?
Why don't you chill?
No, I want. You know who's that? What are you doing?
Tower and chill. I know
No,
these.
you're not doing a tower and chill. Not with.
The Eiffel Tower and chill. Have you not heard of
Cut to the East Tower.
The two nude men.
Tower bone and chill.
Not to be confused with the Swedish chocolate.
I know these hands. I know this ring.
And he's still holding the hand. He holds up the fingers.
Jewel starts playing in the distance.
You can see the rings match on his hand as he shows you the left hand.
How did he get those hands, Sergeant?
I don't know, unless this isn't real and we haven't left at all. We are still inside, trapped. But these hands are the hands of Sergeant Renault.
I thought you were gonna say these hands are small. I know.
No.
I thought you were going to go into that.
I wasn't gonna do
I
it.
was excited.
I wasn't.
They're not yours, they are my own.
Damn it.
Okay, so
Let's move the tower and get the fuck out of here.
in your mind again you hear, "Who am I?"
Hands were made for. That's just.
I think back Terry Renault.
As soon as you think that, the hands themselves seem to melt into your hands. The ring becomes your ring, but as the melting proceeds to go through, as you have them gripped like this, it bleeds through, and then you see a set of hands drop from yours underneath, as if it's the running of liquid or the running of like molten rock as it comes through. And you see, and this is what Martine would see as well, a pair of freshly severed hands drop to the ground, blood running from the wrists, as Terry Renault looks down at the blue-gray and the ink and the fingers. As you look down, and written across your palm, instead of saying, "Who am I?" it says Terry Renault. And you have the hands of a dead man. But as the hands drop, the ones that currently and are still possessing of a lot of your lifeblood, they begin to crawl. And as they crawl, they climb up the side of the tower, and almost like a children's song, almost like and I'm sure Myth will have fun with that. Here's the tower, here's the steeple. They cross in prayer, and you see them drop and point towards the Madonna with Child, and a purple beam erupts and shoots down towards that statue.
Can I grab them?
They do not move.
Wait, your hands, your flesh.
My old hands. Can I grab my old hands?
Yeah, your old hands are now hovering, and like a beam is shooting out from them, or your hands are.
My old hands.
Okay, you're okay.
Can I get the ring off the old hand?
There is no ring on the old hands.
Oh, okay, so it didn't. It fully transitioned over. Okay, cool.
Right.
Yeah, I think he would still be marveling at these corpse-like hands before he would realize there's a giant purple beam trying to make sure he has feeling in his hands and that they articulate and move like he knows them to.
They do. They feel a little
Etienne
cold,
would have done him a
but
favor.
right. Yeah, Etienne's like lucky. But
You had the
Get that in
choice.
here.
let's cut over to Etienne as we were talking about him. As you are finishing your jam, the final song is played and the symbol appears linked from the Icarus statue to the Madonna with Child, to both of the towers, spread out, and it perfectly aligns as there is a shifting in perception, as it's not necessarily the geography laid out that would create this symbol, but it is now what you all see as it's floating above these points. And you realize that there is a twirl or a swirl of these inverted tornadoes above each of these positions. And as there is a shift and the purple of the skies begin to crack and open, Etienne, you see two of the men with the masks emerge out of the area, knives in hand. I will give you one shot if you wish to do so before I do what I'm going to do.
Well, I have a shot to do something.
Mm-hmm. You can either fire your gun hand or...
Oh, right, these guys. Yeah. I'm gonna do my here. There's not. What's around?
The only you have the Icarus statue. You have just finished playing the bone. A purple light has linked all the symbols together, or all the lengths of the symbols together. And you are now staring at these two men that have arrived in the garden, and you are now as far away from the house as you've been. The sky is swirling in a couple of these inverted vortexes that seem to be above each point along the symbol line, the both statues and both towers. And you are with the violinist, and that's about it.
How short is this violinist?
He is a little person, so he's between 3.5 and 4 feet tall.
I will then I think just fire, and then maybe dive behind a statue.
Okay. Leaving your little friend.
Yep.
Because
Okay.
you can't dive behind him.
I mean, I feel like is he between us?
You mean is the violinist between you and the attackers?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Right. I mean, I'm still probably. That's what I was thinking too. Just probably over his head, hopefully, and not hit him.
I will let you know this: if you decide to dodge entirely and get out of the way, they will not have an attack on you. If you fire and dodge, there's a chance that if there is a survivor, which there probably will be, they will get a swing at you.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna keep with the theme that we've been doing, and we're gonna fire. Perfect.
Oh.
Okay, so not realizing that perhaps the hand got wet whenever you were going into the fountain for the Madonna and Child, the powder boom, misfires, and the two men run forward, and as one strike, one of them hits, and 8 damage is delivered to Etienne as he again takes one of these massive blades in the ribs. At the top of both towers, you all see this happening as your eyes were drawn by these purple beams, first to the statue of the Madonna with Child, and then further towards your friend as you saw his beam connect with the main beam at the Madonna with Child. And you see Etienne surrounded by these two black-robed figures.
Oh, Etienne! Can we start running? How long how long would that take us?
It's not.
I tell you what, if you guys succeed on a hard or extreme constitution check, I'll let you get there in a round.
Oh.
What if I just jump off and catch Michel?
Yeah, use your ghoul powers.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Ooh, power.
So you want to leap the 3 stories to the ground and...
I mean, I can climb like halfway and then jump the rest of the way down.
Sure. Why don't you do a climb roll for me? And this is more of a fall. And then if Michel trusts you enough to jump off in his Marie Antoinette outfit.
Absolutely, he does.
It's like the end of the Princess
Rapunzel,
Bride.
let down your hair.
You've got a dress on, so it's like a parachute.
Yeah.
I found 4 horses.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Catch me.
Okay, so using claws, you kind of just scrape down the outside in a very pulpy moment as you climb and fall down. You jump the rest of the way. Michel, are you going to jump into the arms?
I certainly am.
I'll catch you.
I believe you.
Okay.
Can we see
Guillaume?
this?
What do you want me to do?
I hope my character can see this happening.
Guillaume, I would like you to roll a strength check, but you get a nat 1.
Oh.
Well, can I use my nat 1?
No, I can, and I have.
All right, you have
And
that one.
Oh, that's rude.
It's a total dick move, and I'm glad to be called out on it. As Michel is falling through the air, Michel, you see this. At the last second, it looks like Guillaume, as a bolt of some type of purple energy comes from about 5 to 10 feet behind him, explodes and causes Guillaume to pitch forward against the wall as you see the rush of earth coming at you.
Welcome to Earth.
Let's skip back over to the West Tower. What would you all like to do?
I mean, if we can see this, Martine would like to look at Joseph and say, I am not the worst babysitter after all, no?
Martine looks at herself.
Or
and
no,
says,
look at that, Sergeant Renault.
Can we hear them screaming on the other tower? I assume we're closer than they are to Babin, right?
Well, Michel wouldn't be screaming. You mean like screaming to Babin to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say that you were able to pick up a little bit of it, and that's kind of what drew your eyes to the whole predicament that Etienne is in right now.
Mhm.
As far as Michel's scream, Michel doesn't really start screaming until he's about 10, 15 feet from impact.
I'm good then.
So you hear a bit of a scream.
No.
Would you like to?
That's it.
Take this.
Shit. We have no way. We have no quicker way down either.
Take the stairs.
Yeah. As soon as we hear the Babin shout, I don't even think we'd see them leap off the tower.
Yeah.
As soon as I identify that Etienne is in danger, Renault would start running down the stairs.
Okay, and as you are running down the stairs, each of you make a con check for me, and that'll let me know how quickly you can get there.
I am the fucking Flash.
Yeah. Well, Martine's in a dress. There's a lot of.
Origin story.
I've already died to save Babin once. That's a game.
I am the fucking Flash.
Okay, so you jump
You wish
from
I
the
were a
top.
man.
As soon as you get the spiral staircase, you jump, remembering that you saw Etienne fall before, and those flashes are through your mind. And
Yep.
being the professional soldier, the veteran of many wars and campaigns with Etienne, you jump, and at the last second, grab hold of the lowest rung of the spiral staircase, stopping yourself, and you are out moving past the Madonna with Child as the sky whirls and swirls around you, and these purple lightning strikes seem to be hitting at all points of the garden as you rush forward. And Etienne, I'm going to give you a chance to do something, and then we'll see how everything else progresses here towards the end of it.
Okay. So there's 2 people with daggers in front of me, a little person behind them, and I have a wet pistol finger.
And you have the dagger.
Well, when
You
you put it
have-
like that.
Oh, I do have a dagger. Nice.
And if it matters, Greg, at all, this is not a moment for stealth, and Renault is full war cry into this fight.
And Martine's
Okay.
running behind him yelling, "You don't have a weapon, you idiot."
Yeah, he understands he has no weapon, so his best hope is to distract these guys enough that Etienne can do something and bull rush them. So he is full war cry into this melee.
It's awesome. If Cthulhu rewards anything, it's bravery. And
Sure it does.
Right? Yeah.
Gonna be killed last time.
Lies.
That's what we all know about this game.
That's what we've learned.
I also have a handout.
if you want to use the knife, just roll an unarmed brawl, and we'll do the damage separate.
Right.
Unless you have a fighting
Let's
sword.
Do that. Where is my...
It should be at the top of your weapons list. It just doesn't look like it's lit up, but you can click fighting.
Let's do it. Oh, yes. Did stuff.
Nice.
It's 1d8 plus 4.
Really?
Okay, so with the return of the 8 points that were dealt to you, you ram your own blade into the one that is currently stuck in you. And as you're both reeling, there's a shout as Sergeant Renault bursts into the scene screaming, drawing the attention of one of the men. And at the last moment, as the second knives begin to rise and descend on Etienne Babin, the small man brings the bow up to the violin and pulls a note across that is madness incarnate. And that very note, mixed with the swirl and the lightning strikes, as Michel is falling through the air and Guillaume is blasted off of his feet. With that note, several strikes hit at once. As the Madonna with Child, the statue explodes, and all of you know nothing. And that's where we'll end tonight's Reign of Terror.
Sweet. Well, good luck with the recap next week there, Greg, because we know nothing. So I'll tell you.
What does that mean exactly?
I'll show
like,
you.
Nothing.
Like Jon Snow nothing, or like the past 20 minutes nothing?
It means that 1 second you were aware of what you were going on, and the next second you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
Wow.
Sounds like
Damn it, Gregory.
sounds like every ending here in Encounter Roleplay. What's happening?
What the fuck's happening? Well, goddamn. That was fun, my friends. We're gonna wrap up tonight's episode of Reign of Terror there. Holy shit. Same time next week, of course, for more Reign of Terror. I want to fucking play for another 3 hours, to be honest, but we're gonna have to wait until next week to find out what happens to our intrepid investigators next week. I am so dead. We're on episode 6, and I've lost 40 sanity, so that's good. Oh man, I'm just thinking of all the terrible things that have happened to our group so far already. We've already died so many times. But hey, next week could be better, right? Next week could be so good.
Probably not for you.
No.
Definitely not for you.
Probably not for me. Well, thank you guys for coming out tonight to watch tonight's show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the follow button and join us. We're back online tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern for the longer march is the next show that we'll be doing. Fuck. Let's go around and cast some crew. Where can we find you guys online? Did you enjoy yourselves tonight? Greg, what do you think about tonight's show, my friend?
I had a blast. I loved having Guillaume here. The ghoul aspect adds a lot to, prepping to play, because it gives me the ability it helps me tell the story a bit, because we can tell it through a different set of eyes. As we've talked about before, these are all soldiers. They look at things like a soldier. Guillaume isn't. So, we're able to maybe tell a slightly different tale with the inclusion. And Meta, I'm so glad you're here. It was a blast. Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. You can find me here every 4:30 to 7:30 on Mondays. You can also find me here every Wednesday from 1 to 4, where it's at Nameless Horrors. You can also find me sort of here when we do Tomes and Tentacles, which episode 3 releases tomorrow on the iTunes and anywhere you can download stuff. You can find me on Nate Ming's channel from 8 to 11 on Wednesday nights playing a little City of Mist, which is dope as hell. And you can also find me on Wizards of the Coast from 6 to 9 every Saturday night doing Learn by Play with Will and a bunch of other great people. And then on my own channel on Sunday nights from 7 to 9, Pulp Cthulhu. That's the end of my stuff. I'll see you here next week. And I'm spent.
Amazing. Players, what do we think? Let's go around in reverse order today. So let's start with Metamancer. First time on the show. How was it?
It was great. Greg's as much of an asshole as I thought he would be, so that's good. You met my expectations, sir. Thank you very much for that. I had a lot of fun. I've never played. First of all, I run Cthulhu, so the idea of not playing a human is foreign because I usually don't let my players do that. So it's actually really fun to do something that's outside of the norm and get to play somebody or something kind of that kind of breaks the normal reality and can do things that investigators can't do. So that's really cool, and I enjoy that for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed having me.
Absolutely, yeah, that was so much fun. Michelle had an excellent time, I think.
I'm sorry that you're falling. It's Greg's fault.
It's fine. I'm so screwed anyway.
It's actually Chat's fault.
Yeah.
Chat gave him that.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Amazing. And Metamancer, where can we find you online?
You can find me Metamancer on Twitch and the Metamancer on Twitter. I stream here now on Mondays, obviously with you guys. I'm on another show on Tuesday nights on Unmade Gaming's channel for the Myth Dawn campaign, which is a home group campaign that we made with D&D 5ed. I'm on another show with Not So Speed Runs, also the 6 and 20 crew that Greg is with, but I'm on the Thursday crew. And then I'm going to be launching a new campaign on my channel on Friday for Warhammer Dark Heresy. And then on Sundays, I run a Call of Cthulhu campaign as well. So I have a very busy roleplay schedule. And then on Saturday mornings, I'm just kind of shooting the shit with my community and usually playing Fallout 4. So yeah, that's pretty much my big stuff. And we submitted the roleplay extension app today to Twitch. So cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Dope. Amazing.
I'm surprised for that.
Yeah. Great stuff. Myth, same questions.
Oh, crap. Hi, my name is Myth Thematic. I had a blast. Thank you so much, guys, for letting me come and play this. Thank you, Metamancer, for joining us. It was wonderful having you. Really like Guillaume. Really like the new dynamic of Guillaume in the party. If you want to at all care to follow me, I'm on Twitch as well. I'm a roleplay and voice actor. Roleplay streamer and voice actor here on Twitch. I'm doing a GTA thing right now. We will be doing some tabletops in the future. So you can just follow me every day over on my channel or not, whatever.
Nice. Good pitch. Strong pitch.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. Jules.
Yeah, tonight was super fun. Made me forget that I've been sick all week. Totally glad that I dodged another marital bullet, sort of, or Guillaume dodged it for me. Greg has this look on his face like, ha ha ha, not for long. But tonight was so much fun. I'm so glad we have Guillaume. Martine is happy to have a work spouse come back, since obviously we have lost Christoph. And you can find me here every Monday, and then on Mondays are my podcast I'm on for Dungeon Drunks releases, so you can listen to that. They're at Dungeon Drunks on Twitter, and you can find me on Twitter at Julia_Rosa. And yeah,
amazing. And last but most least, Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I had a blast. Tonight was awesome. Meta, thank you for joining us here. I've heard tell of your hideous visage, and I've seen some of it in your own Cthulhu games. So to see you literally play a hideous monster was pretty cool as well. And it also does add that extra element because everyone is a soldier except you, which is kind of a cool element. And you're a weird freak monster, so that's probably going to come in down the line and be important somehow.
You've called me that like twice already in different campaigns.
Yeah, you've been a monster in multiple campaigns.
It's a nice guy, that Mike.
Yeah, if anything, being an asshole's on brand. So I mean, you know, but if you guys want to see shittier role playing and more American style than Will's, come over to Unmade Gaming. I am there all week long playing all kinds of games. And if you haven't heard 6 and 20 enough, go check out 6 and 20.
Do it. Great. Well, other than that, my friends, I'm gonna head off for the night, and I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, for the Long March. Trying to think what else there is. No, another shout out to our sponsor, Tea and Dice. Go get 5% off and Canon Roleplay as a coupon code. Man, today's been fucking crazy, my friends. The Dark Oak Cases was insanely fun. Thank you guys for all the donations throughout today. Just fucking madness, and I love it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Long March on Tuesdays, but next time, try not to roll too many net ones. Wouldn't be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.